have you tried? I love asking people that come from EMEA for the first time this question. It's like, have you tried the Turkish ranked experience? And he was like, oh my god, they just ran at you. It's like they're everywhere. And I think that is now so in tune because he's now about to go up against 5 Turkish players that are going to be exactly like that.
Oh yeah, very, very aggressive. I mean, again, we talked about the ascent that they played on it and the style that they had against EDG. So we'll see what 100 Thieves has in store as the players are getting themselves ready. Maybe we'll have map veto here in just a little bit for you to figure out what we're playing on. Oh, magical. There it is.
There we go.
So Fracture, Sunset are up. No Sunset.
Listen, after what we saw the other day, and again, if you missed it, BBL versus EDG, map 3, Sunset, you would understand why 100 Thieves are like, actually, no.
Yeah.
It's just like, no.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a little bit interesting as well because we saw 100 Thieves ban out Lotus in their previous series. BBL insta-picking it here, so I think they will definitely be the favorites over on that first map.
I also understand for the side of 100 Thieves that they do not want to go to the Ascent either. LaRock is an absolute menace, the way that they're playing with that double sentinel. And I think it is the double sentinel as well. Like when we think about
artist bhai what's up?
It was the same in the chamber that would be so abrasive, making it impossible for their opponents to even get onto the site. So Lotus is going to be the first one for 100 Thieves. They've played it a couple of times this year and they have not been successful. The other day we saw now we were speaking about the sneaky.
Let's go boys, let's go.
Going up against EDG.
Yeah, I think they played a good half of Valorant, but they just left room for that comeback, you know, and it goes all the way 5 overtimes. I think it's great for them mentally that they managed.
और भाई गर्मी आएगी नहीं, गर्मी तो है यार, इधर घटा हो रही है बट बारिश नहीं आ रही.
But they did get the job done there, so they should still be feeling confident.
Oh wow, तुम ये भी कर सकते हो ट्विच के ऊपर. Nice.
Here we go. Agent Select underway on Lotus. This is our qualification match here in Group A. Both these squads victorious earlier. What jumps out of you at the Agent Select?
I mean, I think Tarantino is hovering this way.
Soul versus Godel का क्या हुआ? Soul versus Godel का किस चीज में?
With that, over on the side of BBL, it's that double duelist pairing that makes them so lethal.
World Cup में नहीं है वो. Hello जजीत भाई, what's up? Welcome.
This game against EDG, he was dangerous.
SATUL World Cup में है but Godel के साथ उनका कोई मैच नहीं है. No idea मेरे को. और होगी भी शायद से, वो ऑलरेडी क्वालिफाइड होंगे शायद से. अभी तो ग्रुप स्टेज चल रहे हैं. कोई तो टूर्नामेंट का मैच था शायद से. अरे वो ENC होगा, नेशन कप वाला, ई स्पोर्ट नेशन कप. उसके अंदर इंडिया की एक टीम है, वो अलग है. SATUL एंड गोडल का वैल्यू में नहीं है तो BGMI में होगा. और क्या. यो महेश भाई व्हाट्स अप मैक्सलैंड भाई की हालचाल, आप डूइंग? साला नशे हो रखे. अभी स्ट्रीम बफर हो, बताना मेरे को की चेंज करी है मैंने.
I'm looking at him to step up.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're trying to slow down what BBL are bringing here. I love that they're sticking with the Viper. Love Viper on Lotus, and it always makes you cry a little bit when I see teams avoid it. So I'm very curious what 100 Thieves have cooked up for this.
The pride of Turkey, the hope of
Turkey भाई. BBL वाले गंदा मारने वाले हैं.
At EWC 2026 playoff stage, it is BBL versus 100 Thieves. On the call is Tom and Mitch.
BBL वाले गंदा मारने वाले हैं, पेलेंगे भाई, दबा के पेलेंगे.
Thank you, D-Gun. Yes, indeed. 100 Thieves and BBL. BBL coming hot off the win versus EDG, but let's remember 100 Thieves opening matchup was a little bit more clean. This is definitely going to be a barometer for the performances of these teams. I think both showing a very good face in their opening matchups.
Let's go. Time पे game चालू है, no delay. Let's go boys.
It's a good opportunity
ये हुई ना बात.
for either side to make it through first time. Of course, we know that there's not really a whole lot of simplistic matches that will be coming up throughout the remainder of the group stage.
हेलो कैशव भाई, क्या हाल है? BBL वाले बैटल में बहुत रिस्पेक्टेड खेला मास्टर सारे. तुम BBL का लास्ट मैच देखते भाई, अलग ही थी. जो हराया है ना,
a similar position where expectations
उसको जो चाइना की टीम थी, लगा नहीं था कि जीत जाएंगे. क्या हुआ? टेक्निकल पॉज. गलती कहती बोल के. ये हाल है स्लेयर भाई, बढ़िया. वेलकम. संजू भाई समिट मैप में फर्स्ट हाफ में 10-2 था, सेकंड हाफ में 2 टीममेट ने धो किया. 12 चौथा हार गए. एंटी भाई आजकल यार डिस्कॉर्ड पे टाइम स्पेंड कर रहा था। ओह, आज इसको फॉलो 100 thieves 100 thieves will win boys 20 टेक्निकल बहुत आ गया। थोड़ा गेम शॉट बढ़ा दो, अभी थोड़ा सा वेट करो, अभी गेम चालू होने दो, बढ़ा दूंगा मैं। अभी तो गाना गा रहे हैं। बाओ 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 बाओ।
That's a big deal. That's them putting themselves on the map, and I think with the most exciting thing with both of these teams is they are proof of the young talent machine. BBL obviously did it in a slightly different fashion, where it is the entire roster that has come up.
भाई डोंट से कि आज भी कुछ दिक्कत होने वाली है, चालू कर दो यार प्लीज। उसके पीसी में कुछ हो गया, वो तार लगा रहा है, कह रहा है आवाज नहीं आ रही मेरी माइक की। हाँ शायद असुना का माइक है।
They have that longevity as well with us in a
typing
for an incredibly long time.
असुना का माइक है शायद से।
Been there a while, and Bang has been there, not been there, and then been there again. So I think it's an exciting matchup, one that I'm very excited to see which way it will go. And as said, like it doesn't look like there's particularly easy like EDG is still in that group. So even though maybe they had a bit of a rougher performance and BBL managed to show them up a little bit in the last 2 maps, you're not going to sit there and go like, well, if we lose this, we just maybe have to beat Khan. That would be nice and easy one. No, it won't. They won't.
And we talked about EDG a bunch in their last game. The idea that as this tournament goes on, they're going to become more and more comfortable playing with a stand-in. All the pieces are going to start to fit together, but for BBL, even if it was a weakened EDG, that is a big victory.
ये लोग भी पीछे के लौट गए, मतलब आज भी दिक्कत आएगी।
Claim that fire that was lost coming out of the
ये नीले बाल वाला निंजा का फैन होगा।
Where they went into it looking good, representing
चलेगा Fortnite
in EMEA. But after that,
ये वो सब बना दी भाई, क्या हाल है? Good evening.
This is where we want to see them bounce back. Already with a
यार टेक्निकल बहुत आ गया, गेम चालू होने से पहले।
And this 100 Thieves roster stands in their way of playoffs. The victor here will lock in a slot. And this is the thing, Tom. When we talk about this matchup,
ब्लू बाल बाला महंगा करण। उसके बालों में किसी ने हार्पी डाल दिया, नीले वाला। लाल टॉयलेट के लिए, नीले वाला बाथरूम के लिए।
I think we've seen two teams like basically go down a route of like, okay, I think BBL banned a map they don't like, which is Fracture.
चालू करो यार, चालू करो।
With 100
We don't need a break today.
May be floating Sunset around. We don't really know. I don't think they first banned it in their last series, but they probably saw what happened to EDG versus BBL and went,
बस दोनों भूल गया।
don't fancy getting 13-3. They look like they were on fire.
मेरे पीछे वायरस है भाई, चेक कर लो।
It comes down to who peaks on the day. Like I think both these teams find themselves in a bit of a level playing field. I think Lotus
चलो start
is an interesting one.
Let's go.
For 100 Thieves, but also
let's go.
In the first game from BBL, so maybe not the greatest of signs for them in their map pool. And of the 3 maps they played, it was the worst one.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
Going to split the next map. And
Start.
Fairly heavily favored in the other direction. So I think both teams have a good map that they should be winning. But if I learned anything from Tier 1 Valorant is that sometimes teams like to win their opponent's choice.
पहले ही राउंड में इतना खेल रहे हैं। काज लाइव पे सामने वाला उठ के आया और अपोनेंट वाले को छाड़ा मार दे।
Easy cleanup for 100 Thieves towards the A site. Lovers Rock was the only one here. Rose is filled into space, a challenge, but a clean shot connected. Timatino with 2 already, and 100 Thieves with a plant.
Nice, the good retake. 2 flank है। 2 flank एक side, 3v4.
Bang. There you go.
5v3.
Loiter, Larocque, and Creven. Feels like a tough spot to try and break back into. They've won a lot of these rounds before, but I'd say the synergy we have for 100 Thieves with their full roster is expected to be slightly better than what's on the other side. And all that's left is consolation frags from Creven.
ऐसा मूवी से में रोज दंगे होते हैं। हाँ भाई घर पे आके मार जाते हैं लोग।
It was a very clean round from
वो हिला रहा है, वो हिला रहा है।
A solid start dealing with Lovers Rock right off rip. That is going to be something that they have to think about as time goes
Natural
on.
movement.
No doubt you're going to start to see that raise and fade rotated over to start filling in that space in the early fights, taking it out of the hands of your opponents. For 100 Thieves, a solid start, as you said. Now coming in with mostly rifles. I like the buy. We've got Bulldogs aplenty, a Vandal in there as well. BBL have nothing to work with. Just a bandit in the hands of Larocque. These are typically the rounds that they make look
they knew.
good.
एक बंदा है वहाँ पे।
But for now, stacked up towards the A site means that all the pressure's on Kreven if push comes to shove. But I don't know. I don't really expect that. I think 100 Thieves are sort of better about playing this round slow in case they were to accidentally run into that A stack, for example. You know that BBL are going to...
उसके हाथ में movement थी भाई.
They are going to be grouping up.
बे निकल लो चैप शांति. Good thinking. बे निकल लो.
Oh. It is very patient.
Gotta wait for reveal surely before they push again. One prowler left.
हैं? फोन कर रहा है? Hello?
I'm excited
push,
to see
push. Do it.
with the Waylay. I
Nice.
feel like Waylay is one of those agents that if
He knew. बंदा यहाँ
I
पे.
really enjoy it, but a lot of the time it can be quite underwhelming like, if you don't have the spacing behind it. And I think the fact that it is that sort of solo duelist, it'll be great for getting through a lot of that Vice utility from Kreven. Like, get past it. You can also do the same with Omen.
इसके बाद अच्छी बोल
And
दिया.
just have that supportive utility to
City
help
देख
them
लेगा
out on the way through.
Waterfall देख लेगा.
It's all about the orbs.
They saved their reveal still. Bora holding that for a crucial moment.
Nice shot.
Now the ranged fights look very favorable towards 100
Lovely
Thieves.
slow.
Going not quite into the right spot, but it's not going to stop Timotino from going out for a
Nice
little bit
shot.
more.
Let's go,
Keep him
flawless.
alive. And it's 2-0
Flawless,
for 100
flawless,
Thieves. Very
flawless.
easily done with a flawless round. Of course, they are up against classics. It's not one of the most interesting rounds, but you know, I've seen many teams crumble to BBL with, I would say, 5 classics.
I've seen many
ये वाला मैप
this
किसका है?
week.
Yes.
Just crumbled to classics.
BBL
So I'm
ने
happy
choose
to see
किया
a
है क्या
team that
Lotus?
was methodical with it, was patient,
Yeah.
took their time, got into the site, lost nobody.
And you see sort of the benefit as well of having that Waylay where you're pushing into site, you just use one prowler, dive in, and you've cleared it, essentially the entirety of the site. And if there is a person there, you just get right back out.
BBL winning
It's
1-2.
gonna give 100 Thieves
पक्का.
a lot of ability to avoid those trap plays from BBL. Of course, it's because you
ये वो नहीं है यार.
one of those in. But I'm expecting to see BBL harnessing some of their signature aggression in that
100 Thieves वाले हराम थोड़ा है गेम प्ले उनका ठीक-ठाक.
coming into the next few. For now,
They
it is
are
a
not
bonus, of course, for 100 Thieves. But what they're bringing to bear, it's not that weak of a bonus.
ADG नहीं है उनकी टीम.
No,
पेलेंगे वो देखना.
they really can just gamble everything here because of how clean the last couple of rounds were. Also, the fact that you see all of BBL dive in means
इनकी रीड अच्छी आ रही है.
the Viper's Pit from Cryo, not crazy far away. The same with the convergence path as well.
Oh, the old smoke भाई ये वाला. बहुत टाइम बाद देख रहा है वाला smoke में.
From 100 Thieves, and as I sort of mentioned, this map is of course the choice of BBL. They
mostly बंदे ना ये पे attack एक का push लेके रखते हैं.
13-11.
सुबह से लाइट नहीं है अभी आई. Oh, let's go सही टाइम पे आ गई. Welcome back Ron भाई.
Their past matches, letting things slip away a little bit.
Bro new.
For now, at least. Can they get anything done?
Good trade.
Nice
Nice.
attempt with the Seize nade, but ends up as a
Hey,
trade.
you
Void
put.
of Falling opens the A site completely for 100 Thieves, but they've lost their lurker through B. So yeah, BBL are going to be forced into a retake. But the man advantage to work with is
बोनस राउंड है 4v3 है.
enough, and you can see
इनके पास छोटी गन तो है.
up there as well. No more power
निकाल सकते हैं अगर पोजी अच्छी रही तो.
This retake, Seize is being used as well. With no haunt online, they are shy of any options that aren't just shooting people in the face. With 4 players to take down, it's going to be quite a task.
हाय स्मॉली. ओ जगह थी थोड़ी सी.
I can hear Rose through my headphones. He's very vocal at this point in time. Barking out the commands. Got
Nice shot.
Top, bang down below.
Lovely, bro.
Double and has managed to convert.
1v2.
Leaves the rock alone.
1v2.
1 versus 2. To try and turn this back around. It's
Shot.
difficult with both players at
See,
opposite angles.
100 Thieves.
Already putting a third round onto the board for 100 Thieves. That bonus, even with his weaknesses converted. And credits-wise, 100 Thieves are going to be through the roof.
Well, Bang did a phenomenal job to get those 2 kills from down below. Again, they've
ये अगर एंगल चेक कर लेता ना वो निकल लेता.
hiding below in the smoke. Lets the first one out.
2 की कुर्बानी देके साइड ले ली.
Then manages to
still they got the
alongside
round.
his teammate to take that heaven fight. But really, I think this round was in jeopardy the second that Loida goes down. He's solo on A. No one else is anywhere nearby to even take a glance. And as soon as he falls, that site, you know you're playing the retake.
ओमन टीपी करने वाला है यहीं पे.
Upper hand, they converted with the again. It wasn't a very weak bonus round. They went into most
Nice
fights
shot.
with a relatively even footing. He actually went for that shot, even full blinded. Fair enough. But this injection of rounds
100 Thieves वाले का
is going to be massive. It's going to be
Game
a big
वही है.
difficulty for BBL.
वो try करेंगे हर जगह walk in की.
Something into this LaRock going down
3 बंदे एक साथ खेलेंगे 2 बंदे अलग-अलग.
so that they can have a guardian. But Most likely a 4-0.
Nice. Shot.
They're just patient with it. They are expecting the aggression out from.
और क्या भाई, इको राउंड है, इको राउंड किल कर ट्राई करेंगे लोग. एक बंदा मिल जाए, एक बंदा मिल जाए.
In the past, with teams expecting BBL to play in a certain manner, it does become. Sometimes we talk about it being incredibly difficult for teams to actually deal with this squad. But what we've seen so far, just a hell of a lot of utility. Look at already the assists coming through. Rose was hit by a
dog, flash dog.
Just to disappoint by that point. They're not really getting any opportunities. And not
left side, left side.
An opportunity. Maybe try and get that ultimate online for Timotino. That's why he's going to go aggressive, continue that.
सब कुछ मार दिया उस पे भाई, उसको तो अंधा कर दिया.
You know why BBL have so much success when they have those pistols? It's often players like Rose will be left unchecked in that moment, or
भाई भी like भाई मारो मारो.
Starts to come. 100 Thieves are playing such a clean game when it comes to those side XX. They're ready to freeze in the mid round, wait for Util to be online, get those rotations through, and like look at Rose. He gets hit by a Prowler, gets hit by a Paranoia, gets hit by a Reveal, a stun comes his way, doesn't hit him. That's the one piece he was able to avoid.
Yeah.
Got shot in the face anyways. It's like, in that situation, there's almost nothing that you can do. And this is the problem. When BBL are leaving Lloyd last round, playing inside of Tree. This time, Rose here, filling in that space. They're being crushed by 100 Thieves when push comes to shove.
इसीलिए गुस्सा आता है WALORANT पे भाई, इतना यूटिल है ना गेम के अंदर.
Squad has got a ton of credits as well. Losing 1 or 2 rounds will not matter. They'll still be.
अगर तुम कॉल देके ना अपना यूटिल को यूटिलाइज करो साइड के अंदर, घंटा कोई बंदा होल्ड ना कर पाए. घंटा.
We need to see them come up with a game plan that's going to break what they're up against.
Yeah, and I want to talk back about that EDG game that they played.
अरे 100 Thieves का यही गेम है. 100 Thieves यूटिल बचा के रखती है मोस्टली.
They win both pistols.
इस मैप पे अभी तक वो अर्ली इन्फो नहीं ले रहे. वो वॉक इन से ट्राई कर रहे हैं, ना ही अर्ली एग्रेशन दिखा रहे कहीं पे कि पीछे पीछे से निकाल लेंगे बंदों को.
Like, start having some words with the team, because we know that this roster has a hell of a lot of flair. You know that LaRock, like, think back to his
BBL is going to big booty Latina.
Oh, ridiculous in how strong he could be. But if they're off to a slow start and they're getting picked apart, every aggressive peak that they're taking, they're getting shattered as they go through. Something needs to change, because this is their map choice. And okay, sure, we saw them bounce back on the next couple of maps versus EDG, but 100 Thieves have looked very good when it comes to their split play, especially if you look at the EWC qualifier. They dominated Loud. You don't want to give them the opportunity to dominate this map and then go into the next one, which is their choice.
Exactly. I think that momentum will very much carry over BBL. A big round coming up.
Is it you playing? Yes.
Pushed up close. Prowlers.
Okay, 2-0. Not a let's see देखते हैं. About time है. ओप आ गई यार.
It's going to be a
ओप आ गई.
In just a moment, and so the space is going to be shot. Fighting from further back. Lovers Rock gets one.
Lovers Rock got one.
But they're not happy with that. It's a big dive in. Timotino's behind him. They don't have a clue. Completely caught off. Now the ult goes in. Another. 100 Thieves. Stealing success, it seemed, but still
nice. Asura, my boy. Asura B से आ रहा है.
But they're still surrounded. Players on either side. Rose draws their eye with a shot straight to the head of Cryo, and Asuna will have to do it all.
Can you stream at 4K at this specs? Nobody. I can't. साला मेरा इस इंस्टा फीड की खुद ही पड़ी है. वो एम्पायर स्टेट बिल्डिंग वाला नंबर. अरे वो तो मेरे ये भी आ रहा है. मैं भी डालूंगा लिस्ट पे भी. थोड़ी देर में रील डालूंगा मैं उस पे. शाम तक डाल दूंगा. शाम तक रील आ जाएगी उसके ऊपर. टेंशन ना लो.
The defenders both gathering up on towards that C site
as the
rotation all the way towards A.
Asuna ही कह दे. क्या निकाल पाएगा Asuna 1v2?
Nobody will be on this side of the map.
Asuna babes 1v2.
Placed, and it's only now that the BBL players start to rotate back in the other direction. He has got a real chance to take some aggressive positioning.
Yes. Yes, 4K mobile पे देखना हुआ क्या प्लान है.
It's a little bit early from Loiter, but the shots were not landed.
He has got that flash to work with when they go to defuse. Maybe a chance to isolate a fight, but he's going to try to catch them on the way across. That flash caught him a little bit, and Rose certainly caught him with a shot to the head. Big step up from the RGL as well. He's been a player that we've been talking about. Sometimes having those slower starts to maps, sometimes being a little quiet. Certainly not in person. I can hear him screaming.
किस पे रील बनाएगा? अरे वो जो निब्बा निब्बी उस पे चढ़ गए. यूनाइटेड स्टेट की बिल्डिंग पे, एम्पायर स्टेट की बिल्डिंग पे चढ़ गए.
maps that
और वहाँ पे
I feel like are
propose खेल
getting more
रहे
and more
हैं।
frequent over time.
I was going to say,
तू
I think
मेरे
the
से
map
प्यार
you're
करती नहीं
referencing
करती
was
ये
this
बता।
one. He only got kills at
करती
the
है
back.
तो
That was
ठीक है,
it.
नहीं तो
Like,
यहीं से धकेल
every
दूंगा
other
नीचे।
kill that he tried to
It's
get.
like 5 and 6
Short
or something
रे।
where
Yeah.
all 5 kills were backstabs.
अच्छा
Exactly.
वो
He had a really poor performance. This round much bigger
भाई
from
ने
him.
सही जगह चुनी
And
थी।
also you see the difference of having
अगर
an
हाँ
operator
बोल
in
दी
for Lover's
ठीक,
Rock getting
ना
2
बोल दी
kills.
चल
Now,
नीचे।
the problem was
यहाँ
I'm a little bit
720 पे
surprised
इतनी
by
बढ़िया
they
लग रही
didn't
स्ट्रीम।
hold that defuse
Thank
for
you।
as long as they could have done. So Loiter was nowhere near retrieving that operator, so they don't have it for the next round.
No TP, no
Better safe
TP।
than sorry.
दो बंदे खड़े हैं, दो बंदे खड़े हैं, कोई तो पिलेगा।
BBL.
I think they're about 4 seconds quicker than they needed to be.
बच गए।
He's a nervous man. Doesn't want to be made a fool
Nice
of,
shot,
but Lover's
Timoteo.
Rock will be. The
Very
success here
this
for
year.
Timotino has been ridiculous.
Nice, lovely।
Sun through.
Well done,
Dashin,
Lego।
and another.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
There's no defense of this C site. They put up the
Right.
things and he just flies right over them.
The only
Side
way they defended
entry।
is the operator, and you see Lover's Rock get stoned immediately in a
ऐसे खेलते हैं।
rifle fight.
ऐसे खेलते हैं पहले।
But then the setup onto the second player stood no chance. There was nowhere to stand, and a man facing it on them. This is what you like to see with a Waylay. A player that is perfectly set up.
हाँ, reload कर ले,
That's
reload
a
कर ले।
gap though. And a Nightfall thrown in.
मेरे को दिख रहा है वो 4v3।
3 players connected.
मेरे को दिख रहा है 4v3।
From the other side, and it's a
मेरे को
double
दिख रहा है
frag.
4v3 होता
The
हुआ।
execution may have been sublime.
मेरे को दिख रहा है 4v3 होता हुआ।
Already down to just 1 man, and LaRock will take over. You might have the perfect execution, but you might not have the counter to LaRock.
Rose
Shivansh
is the
bhai, guess my
trigger
name.
point there, right?
I don't
he
need
goes
to.
into the site, finds a kill.
जो
and
लड़की
in that
बेर
3
मिनियम बोल
versus
रही
5,
थी
I was
साले
already thinking, this is
कुछ
such a
खुद
shame for
नहीं
BBL because
चढ़
they had
पाई।
the ability to retake. They had the ultimates to do it. But now, after those 2 kills, you can't really afford to commit those ultimates. It's what's the point? But that moment, that kill,
भाई वो
that's
2
when they
किल
decided,
मरे जो।
let's
Not
send it.
even close.
So the Nightfall and the Showstopper sent through. Perfect positioning from LaRock. He even crouches into the angle after showing his barrel afterwards, which is just
100
nasty. You
thieves,
can see
100
how off
thieves।
guard that player was caught.
ऑपरेटर आई फिर से।
Yeah, like you said, a great execution from 100 Thieves, but they could not hold the land they took.
Brother, nice, good।
Why we always talk about LaRock in such
क्या
high
गेस
regard.
करे भाई, नाम गेस करवा
2
रहे हैं।
kills with the Showstopper. Okay, maybe a little bit of luck.
मेरे
but the
पास
rest is
एक
just
वो है
skill.
रजिस्टर।
The rest is just individual brilliance.
रात
and
को आराम से बैठ के सबके नाम लिखता हूँ
that one's
उसमें,
gonna be a
जो
little bit
बंदा आईडी चेंज
frustrating
करके आता
because
है।
it did feel like 100 Thieves did everything right.
भाई
Operator is
साहब।
going to be back into play. As I said, that was the one way they were able to at least hold
Wasuda!
some ground. The patience this time, well, the savior
मैच
of the
को
last
भी
is
खेले
executed.
जीतेगी जी। अच्छा मैच कोई भी खेले।
By a martyr.
ग्लोबल ई स्पोर्ट्स के फैन ही कह दे। बढ़ते फ्लैश बढ़ते, टीपी मार दे पीछे।
Be used any moment now.
फ्लैश के
First
टीपी मार
sign
दे।
of danger.
बेस्ट प्ले, नाइस।
There we go, and he's going to go for his
Bro।
drop balls. Getting out of there.
देखा
Seeming easy for him.
कितना हरामी
And a
है
wrap around
ओमन।
now coming into play. Rose.
हाँ, ये
right
मेरी दूसरी
behind him.
आईडी
They've
है।
left the wall for
I
C,
know।
so they don't know about this walk up. They
Brother!
wouldn't dare to push
टेंस
B, but Rose now. Oh no! He's getting them there.
Dance.
Eventually 3 under his belt. I thought it was going to be a
Good try,
whiff
good
that
try,
would
good try,
haunt
good
it
try।
for weeks to come, but Cryo left alone. There's one hell of a
महफिल
task to
तुम्हारी
recover
होगी
this round.
चर्चे
Nice
जी
shot.
के। लवली ऑलमोस्ट टेंस था भाई।
They just baited us. They were warning
Those
shots.
first
They were
5
warning
shots really made me
They were
scared.
warning shots. It's fine. Look how cool and collected he is. Didn't even sweat for a second.
Oh, he is me for real. Like that's.
Yeah, except you wouldn't hit the 3 kills.
I
at
wouldn't
the end.
recover that.
The second you missed the
भाई
first,
उसने 4 शॉट ढकने के बाद जो 5 मारे हैं ना
I
वहाँ।
missed 3 bullets and I was like, well, I know how this one goes. Let me tell you.
my gun's going in the
मिंटू
air.
Yeah.
मिंटू
I'm going to shoot 15 bullets into the sky. No, he corrected in time, and that flank was perfect. Again, it was a great start to the
चलो,
round.
100
Patience
पर
to
नजर लगा
catch
दी किसी
out
ने।
the rock. Loiter then has to
जीत नहीं रही वो।
reaggress. And what they were doing really well early on was
मिंटू
soaking
बदमाश।
up a lot of that pressure, but it's just the fact that they're able to
Okay,
come in on that flank.
time out, time out।
And that's sort of the value that you can get from a player like Rose feeling
यार ये
confident,
वो पाते ही ना
the
जो गेम
difference
बदलता है ना हर बार।
already in how he played last time out.
4700 की जो गन है।
5 at the top of the board for his team. And although it's no doubt that Timotino has been frying, clearly feeling like maybe there needs to be a chat a little bit earlier on in this map. Of course, as mentioned, when you look at Lotus as a whole in the last few months, it's defeats to G2 and
लोलिता भी
NRG.
खेल रही है
Don't get me
सामने वाली
wrong,
टीम में। हाँ
those are very good opponents. In fact, if
उसी
you're
तो फ्लैश करके
playing
पहला
in
पिक
Americas,
निकाला था।
those are the 2 you probably fear most, or at least in longevity. There's
Loiter,
probably a
Loiter।
third team. called Leviathan that people might feel a little bit more as of right now. But
Recency bias.
yeah, you know,
But मेरे को दोनों गेम भाई 2 घंटे पर खत्म चाहिए.
Especially if you smash people.
6:30 तक finish कर दो.
Last couple of days you're playing. Attempted to pass the flash from Lover's Rock, goes back out and takes Timatino. Not a bad start. Considering it's been 100 Thieves with that success in the early picks right after the timeout, they're losing one. And, well, see, I say and then but, because BBL have pushed up into big risk. But it's also unexpected. And it works out in their favor. I wasn't sure about that one, seeing them set it up, but no, the execution was perfect.
बहुत सुंदर आपने टीम मारी है.
It's just loiter things. Like you look at that and you go, this is a risky play.
No.
Always seems to be successful in making it work. Bang is now trapped, and there's a second player here. Paranoid. Okay, never mind.
Brother.
Been able to
Nice.
help that a little bit. And
1v3.
managed to find a second. Lovers Rock has to be a little bit careful
1v2.
here. Otherwise, he might just give him a way back into the round.
टीम को बोल दे, कोच को निकाल दे अपने.
A chance to plant.
प्लांट कर ले. दिमाग मत लगा. प्लांट कर ले.
Those alone, they're all going alone. Everybody believes they are the star of the show, and instead,
Asuna plant कर ले भाई.
to put them on their bums.
No need to push, baby. No need to push.
Left, but that one man is in the right place
No
at the
need
right
to
time.
push.
You are lucky boys, BBL, because you
Nice,
played
Asuna.
right into us.
Last में
hands.
हटता.
Yeah, listen, the heist was perfect, but the getaway car wasn't there. That's a real shame for Asuna. What an attempt.
Anti, good try.
BBL, yeah, a shame as well. 1 by 1 with advantages under their belt already, a 2v1. And we're just walking in.
Gaia aimbot
But
है
again,
भाई. One tap Gaia always good.
You see why, like, in these situations,
Asuna.
they're taking
Anti
massive risks
da.
already. But there should come a point where, like, you hit 5v2 and you go, okay, we don't need to do that anymore. And sometimes that is the problem for BBL. Sometimes it is the solution. This time around, almost got punished. They're right back to winning ways. Another opening pick up against Pistols. Should be a formality. We don't want to see too many risks taken in this
I
round.
think 100 Thieves का थोड़ा हो गया mental down. लग रहा है वो भी. वो हर जगह बहुत aggressive आ रहे हैं aggressive.
Rock facing out.
Whoa!
Moving as a unit.
Aimer.
As
1 tap, 2 tap.
Alongside him, and okay,
Asuna.
there's an opportunity there for us. Though, once again.
Asuna पता क्या करता है? Asuna का जो तुम Corsair देखो, Asuna ऐसे करता है माउस को. हमेशा ऐसे. उसका aim कभी ऐसे नहीं है. ये है jitter aim.
Ah, it's alright. We got him anyway.
Frost joined full sense. It's official. Global Esports is so back, baby. To being
with what just happened, or indeed
जागे सुना लगे बिना सुना.
But relief that a bit more didn't end up going Asuna's way, especially after the last round.
इसका aim ही ऐसा है.
A 4-0
Asuna
start,
always aim like
and
this.
Now 5-4 up against them. A timeout used by both sides.
His girlfriend will be happy, bro.
No result.
Shortcut.
It's definitely slowed down over
Now they are
here.
taking a control.
BBL swelling into this.
And still 100 Thieves
half,
playing
and the question
default.
now is for the defensive side.
No need to aggro push.
How many rounds can they get up on the board? They're coming into this with 5 ultimates, so many safety nets to fall back on, and that was the difference maker in the last round that 100 Thieves were so close to winning.
Ah, they're doing this again.
कर दे. अरे कर दे.
Pressure onto Cryo. There are a multitude of attackers here. Showstopper, well, that's not going to be taken away. And instead, it's going to get rid of Asuna as well. You're pushing their spawn at this point. This is the scary thing. BBL
Reach your first global event and then pick the coach.
Start to smell weakness. There's that blood in the water.
Shit.
They will just start tearing you apart. While Lorak even has a little bit of extra time just to spam into the
Now
bodies.
BBL trolling 100 Thieves.
He's hitting shots now. That
BBL trolling 100 Thieves.
That's a terrifying thing, because we saw Lorak the other day, and he was putting himself in good spots. I don't think he was quite on his on form.
Shut the fuck up, you both.
The shorty blast.
लाडले तेरी समझ ना आए 700 IQ play.
Found nothing but Revora. 4 more players to find. Ultis there.
Vora भाई save कर लो यार.
There is just no way.
Vora भाई
It's been an
save the guy.
impressive return to form for BBL.
Yeah,
In
the
those
Vandal.
first 4 rounds, we didn't see
Next year RTX को अगर franchise slot मिला ना तो hate watching पे उतर जाऊंगा. RTX को क्यों मिल रहा है वैसे slot?
Like a completely deactivated BBL. I was getting
और ये franchise system तो खत्म होने वाला था ना?
Guys, remember who we are. Let's play our game. Let's get aggressive.
Yes, we are BBL.
I feel like
BBL I know and love.
That's what Key did. I don't think anything he did in that pause was to do with strategy.
Yeah,
I think he just went, guys, What the
Stop
hell
thinking.
are you doing? What are
Guys.
you doing? Why are we sitting back?
अरे
Why
fish
are we
पे
not like giving it to them and they go,
Antec ने ग्लोबल को खरीद लिया ना
And then three of them
ओ
fight into their
तो ऐसे
opponent's
थोड़ी है कि
spawn in
तुमको
that
राइट मिल जाएगा ऐसा
and
नहीं
win
होता
every fight, by the way. They didn't lose anybody in that fight. Which
ऐसे नहीं
is-
होता 12 में से 8
It's been
फ्रेंचाइजी
consistent.
हाँ तो
Since
वैसे
round
नहीं
5,
होगा कि
BBL has started
तुमने अगर
to
किसी
play
टीम को
aggressive
बाय किया तो
since round
फ्रेंचाइजी
5,
स्लॉट तो तुमको
BBL have
मिलेगा
been winning. It
ऐसा नहीं
works,
होगा
and it works for them far more than it really should. Rose even gets out of there. Knife out, strafes across in the mound, protected him for now at least. You hear that outlaw ring out. Timotino and Asuna both quaking in their boots. One shot will be enough to drop
अल्ट
them.
ले लो एक
Timotino's going to be quick. He'll have
do
his
it do it do
recall.
it do it
He'll fire himself through, and there's going to be a bunch of utility to help him out. Night falls the first. TP taken as
Nice.
well by Omen. Timotino putting pressure on the backside. Lover's Rock trying to survive
Lovely
on
bang.
site, but they don't know about that flank. They didn't expect the double TP to take place. And now 100 Thieves. The ball is in their court.
Don't give him anything.
All they have to do
Lovely.
Oh, see, Valid. Oh, him. Valid. Completely
एक इंडियन टीम को फ्रेंचाइजी मिलेगा तो लिस्ट में आर्टेक सोल गोडल रीजन तो आर्टेक सोल के वाले चांसेस है आई थिंक सोल को मिल जाएगा
Never mind. It is Bora
Soul is
to
good.
shut things down in the end. 100 Thieves back on the board. And I will say one of their major strengths so far has been that C-site execution. If they can get there, it's looked very, very good. It's just, I think one of the major
Soul
strengths
is
for
good,
me was
Soul is
actually
good.
the operator. Like once that came into play, they were losing a pick while trying to go towards C, and then you reroute the other way. You don't go in.
You wanna
This
play?
time they
Let's play.
managed to
Good round,
bypass
bhai. Finally
Lover's
एक अच्छा
Rock.
round.
They get to the site.
दो ult
Again,
लगी,
their
but round मिला.
execution is very good.
I
That's
think we're
good.
like one of the main things there for me is how audacious Bang was. I'm pretty sure he TP'd to site. Well, I know he did, and then I think he TP'd back site as well.
Oh.
So the double teleport, of course, hit by the Nightfall, so they can't hear.
अगर बात
He's been
सोचो
having a
ये
bit of a tough
एक शॉट ले
game,
लेता
and
वहाँ
that's when sometimes you got to pull out the haymakers. That one landed. 100 Thieves now in with a chance to equalize at the half.
पे
They were
बहुत ही
4-0
शॉट है भाई ये
up, so
बहुत ही शॉट है
it's definitely not an ideal half, no matter how this pans out. Nightfall used, players spotted outside rubble, and Asuna's going to be seen outside B. At this point, BBL have all the information to work with, and they're doing the right thing. They're filling in that C main control and crunching B as a response.
ऐसे सीख ले
They're
एक राउंड में
giving
2
100
अल्ट भी
Thieves
क्या
no
सकता है
room to breathe. They
तू एक
literally
ड्रोन नहीं
noticed Asuna was there 5 seconds ago, and there were 3 players there moments later.
Rock's position might not be expected. If he has the drop on you, it's
अरे
probably lights
बहुत
out
ही
just
शॉट है भाई
as
ये
it's
क्यों
facing into
क्या
that
करवा रहे हो
operator of
यूटिल
Lover's
यूज करो
Rock.
ना
I don't even know if he's had a kill yet that wasn't with a sniper, and that's not
7-5
gonna change
it is.
anytime soon. In fact,
7-5
the
it
only
is.
way he doesn't hit the shot is if LaRock hits it first. From 4-0 down to a 7-5 defensive half, that is a very good recovery from BBL.
हाँ एसीयू मेरा रेडिएंट है भाई वो कुछ रिस्केगा
The C-side executes have actually been pretty much all that works.
वो लाइक कर देना भाई स्ट्रीम को 10 लाइक भी नहीं हो रहे भाई आजकल तो
It looked like they started to get a
17 लोग
really
देख
good
रहे हो,
sense of where they
बोट हो
can
क्या?
get aggressive. They were getting out when they were canceling the aggression. They were not being punished for it either. So you start to feel a little bit invulnerable in those early fights. And so we saw them go for them again and again. And
लारोक का
sometimes,
एम सेक्सी है
LaRock
उसका
would come around the corner with a
स्टैट
shorty and a blast
एक
pack,
तरफ
but
पूरी टीम का एक तरफ
for the most part,
आई एम बॉट
they
लव
kept
यू
it clean after that kind of round 6 or so, where there were a few mistakes, a few opportunities given away.
अरे लोगों ने करना ही छोड़ दिया साला अब तो जो आता है बस वो हायर लोगों ने चले जाता है
Looking at 100 Thieves.
ना कोई लाइक करता ना कोई कुछ
As
करता
soon as the
बस
aggression came
ऐसे
out,
चल
they
रहा है
were
मेरा
caught off
आजकल
by it almost every time. The lurks haven't been hitting there
शॉट
either. But I
100
guess the
टीम्स
question is,
का
have they
घी
got
खत्म
enough rounds
अरे
under
अभी
the
2
belt
गेम बाकी
to
है
deal
यार
with that?
But yeah, I think looking at their composition,
पता नहीं क्या हो गया
they had
लोंडो
some
को
very cool executions, which I think we saw from time to time. But
Oh.
like when I see a Vice, Viper, Omen Fade, I think
ये वाला बढ़िया
defense-wise,
राउंड था जो
that's
भी इस
where I
राउंड के
saw
अंदर
set
हुआ ना
up,
जो 2
even
अल्ट
though
लगी
the
और
Waylay has the
उसकी अल्ट
ability
गई
to
मजा आ
completely
गया
stall a push with the ultimate or with the stun, so and gives him an opportunity to go walkabouts with the operator, which I assume will be coming in once they have the finances. So I don't
Nice
think they'll
movement,
be too
nice
unhappy
movement.
with how things went. Other than the fact that it was from 4-0, I think
तो
that's
जब
what's
आ
a
भाई क्या
little
हाल
bit
चाल
more
तुम
worrying for me, because when
Welcome,
you
welcome,
get
welcome.
players like LaRock firing, you now have to shut him down, and I don't mean in one round. Like we
शेड्यूल A1 वर्सेस विनर T1 सीरीज गेम वैलोरेंट वैलोरेंट में इंग्लिश
completely shut him out of the match, and I don't know if that's
को स्ट्रीमर ये लोग स्ट्रीम कर रहे हैं
Once there's that loop,
अगर किसी को इनको देखना ये बाहर के लोग हैं यहाँ के नहीं इंडिया के नहीं है
fails, even 5
मेरे
times
ख्याल
in a
से
row, it doesn't go. I'll get him to
मिक्सवेल भी स्ट्रीम कर रहा है स्पेनिश में ना ये ट्विच के ऊपर है जितने लोग स्ट्रीम कर रहे हैं गोडल वर्सेस जो एसेट्यूएल वर्सेस गोडल है आज
be a big deal because
किस चीज में
with them being a young team, that's always something
एसेट्यूएल गोडल किस चीज में है आज
always something that we
गूजबम्प ब्रा
talk about. But then you add to that the
काफी लोग कह रहे हैं कि है मैच बट किस चीज में
you know them from the first Masters this year. You know full well that once they get confidence,
दामो मस्ती पछतापो चोरी का माल ज्यादा नहीं चलता है वैलो में ऐसे ट्यूबल गोडल वैलो में
Yeah, that's fine. That's a good half. That's recoverable. Pistol put you
VLR.gg let me go
4-0 lead.
VLR
More from those foundations.
चलो
Instead, we've only got stick walls. 7-5, a 2-round gap.
आ जाओ पहले ये खत्म करते हैं फिर चेक करते हैं
And BBL on the attack now, as you said, for 100 Thieves. I am excited to see what this defense has. Even look at the C site right now. You've got a Viper and a Vice. If it's a full buy round,
I'm
it's a
also
lot of
confused
daunting
let's see
utility. But it's two strong
FF
players
Free
nonetheless.
Fire
And a lot of pistols invested
Free Fire
into
नहीं है
nothing but bandits, sheriffs, and ghosts on the side of 100 Thieves.
They're looking for headies as game of the game. A bit of loiter definitely makes things a little bit more awkward. Don't have the smoke, so you're going to have to play with those rotations a little bit more. Team have been spotted.
टीम तो गया
And
भाई
he's getting stunned up. Every piece
वो
of
गया वहाँ
utility
पे
thrown into
बहुत
them.
utility के
Honestly,
पास
there was nowhere left to go.
I think BBL
Closing him
won that
down.
first game
Leaving
with
a gap
1-0
on the A side, but it feels like
Are they
BBL
100
are
Thieves?
mostly
Oh.
playing a ruse here. They're trying to bait their opponents into rotations.
Nice
Giving an
shot, my boy.
opportunity to Kreven, but he does not win that fight.
असुना भाई पेल रहे हैं Nice, good one, Bora. 4v3.
Advantage extended. That was BBL's chance to have an easy push to sight, but now pressure from both sides as they
Nice.
press forward behind, closes
3-1
in. And
It is
Rose
impossible.
finds himself against the world. 3 to take down.
अरे आवाज
The
40 चोर वाली
Sheriff
कहानी है
and 4
ये
bullets.
100
No time
Thieves
for the reload. He's
Nice
eaten that
flash, nice
He thought
flash.
he was avoiding it a pixel too close. And with
बहुत
that smoke
सुंदर,
down,
बहुत
spamming
सुंदर।
with 4 shots isn't exactly viable. He needs to be quick. He needs to be clean. And it looks damn near impossible, proving to be.
ऐसे खेलते हैं 1v3 ठीक है ऐसे खेलते हैं 1v3
I felt like fair play to him for realizing they weren't initially defusing.
वरना
but-
स्मोक कर देंगे एक डिफ्यूज कर रहा एक पीक लेके बैठा ऐसे नहीं ऐसे होता है 1v3
Pistol round now taken.
बेसी मेरे को तो फॉर्मेट और शेड्यूल ही क्लियर नहीं है सेम अंदर मत जाइए पहले
Build up into this round now.
पेला
I
गया
expect to see
lockdown
maybe a pistol or two coming in for the side of BBL, or they could go for a full investment because of that plant, but I don't think it's really worth the risk. A chance to potentially do a little bit of damage, get some orbs farmed up, and with Larocque already with 3 under his belt, even if they can pick one up and he gets a kill and dies, he's going to be 2 away from a shot.
देखा लापरवाही का नतीजा मुंबई सर्वर क्या से क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हाँ भाई भाग लेते हैं किल के लिए अरे मेरा किल Let's see, comeback आ रहा है Is it a comeback? Is it a comeback? Is it a comeback, boys?
Those thorns are going to cause problems for
Nice Azura भाई टीपी ले गया लोंडा एक वन लोंडा टीपी ले गया
matching the performance from back
Nice, बच गया
there's only one found and with a round like this you need so much more pistols
Lovely shot.
BBL.
असुना के हाथ हिल रहे हैं
Nice shot by Kreven. The question of damage, I think, is where we're at. But a few more kills, and this could spiral out of
Nice.
control for 100 Thieves. Luckily, they seem to have a handle on it.
नो बच गए
But
Pretty good.
काफी कॉस्टली राउंड बच गए अभी रेजिडेंट ने डाउनलोड पे लगाया बीसी 2 आवर का कर रहा है कितने जीबी का कौन सी टीम वाला
See it with barely
हाँ
anything to play with,
रेजेंट
like,
कौन से वाली
talking
1 2
Utility as
Yeah,
well.
how devastating the utility is normally on that side of the map. They didn't make it look like it was, and even some of those fights being quite isolated because they got sectioned off by the wall. So, not a bad round at all, of course. The main thing is getting that conversion.
अभी जस्ट आपकी वाइटी
Keeping
शॉट्स पे कमेंट
things
करके आया चैम्बर 24 के बाद जी
even in terms of that scoreline.
Thank
but
you.
you can see how much of a weakness they've
अभी एक और
created
डाली है
for
मैंने
100 Thieves. It
ये
is
4 7
an
8 9
Outlaw,
3
it is a Spectre, and it is
लंबी
Pistol.
सीरीज है भाई मार दे वॉल बैंग मैं तो मार देता हूं वहां तक साला
This looks more
मेरे
like
को एक
if
मैच
you
खेलने का
lost
मौका
the
मिला ना
pistol and tried to go for a force buy
मैं
in the
बता रहा हूँ
second
इतने
round.
बंदे तो मैं स्मोक में मार के आने वाला हूँ ये सोचेंगे भी नहीं
I think a lot of teams will even invest.
इनका दिमाग
more
खराब हो
into
जाएगा
this
कि गोली कहाँ से आ रही है
a little bit of a chance, just in terms of the
यहाँ तो पूरी 30 बुलेट खाली करता हूँ मैं
on Asuna.
100 GB रेगुलर अच्छा वो बड़ी गेम है
But with bandits,
पहले
in the
70 कुछ
current
GB की
state,
थी
remember, this was a weapon that was used in
अपडेट ने बढ़ा
a
दिया
very big way over in London, and now it's been buffed. So it's
Latest
no
वाली कर रहे
surprise
हैं
to see it have such a prevalent face here. The buff making it way easier to handle as well. So like it essentially functions more akin to a Guardian now, with the taps being more
7
accurate in between.
7 तो कम जीबी की है
Reset time.
और ये गेम में
Handles much
रिक्वायरमेंट मेरे
better
को
for sure.
8 बेटर लगी अच्छी थी
But you got to get close to use it. And on the defense, It's easy if they
Nice,
push
good
the site,
one.
but they've gone into the C site, which is gonna have to
Oh yeah.
be
Ah.
taken, right? They're here quite early, but
Anti,
surely
oh, nice
they're
shot.
not just going for it. They've already found one. The utility's being thrown. They're through the smokes. Yes, they're going for it. 100
Nice shot.
picking up
कोई
the pace.
दिक्कत
I thought
नहीं.
they played the retake. I thought they tried to
Oh
punish
यार.
aggression, but the first kill spurred them on, and now Cryo's left to find them all.
The one bullet left.
1v3. 1v3.
Smoke makes
Bro,
it very
reload.
awkward. I was about to say a
Behind
single
you.
bullet in that bandit would have been problematic, but he's waiting to see
अभी
how
खरीदी है
aggressive
PS5
are
लेने
the
का
opponents
फायदा
gonna
हो
be in
तो
this case. Not
इसलिए आज चिलिंग हाँ ये
aggressive enough.
Clean.
I like that Kreven after that is laughing like really hard after how much he whiffed. I don't think many people would be doing that, but you know, these guys are having fun.
I mean, he's a good teammate. That's what you'll
He's
see
a
from
good
Sentinels
teammate,
a lot
really
of the
good
time.
teammate.
Obviously, he felt bad for Rose earlier on, the couple shots that were missed, and he said, look, I'll make him feel a bit better. I won't let a guy kill me, but I'll let him hit me and go, oh, look, see, it can happen to any of us.
हक दिया इसने.
Any of us, bro. You, me, probably not LaRock, but,
He's
you
like,
know.
you,
8-7 score.
me, but you.
But mostly you.
Mostly
A lot
you,
you,
but like
on this map.
me, look, me too, but
Especially on this map, you
for the
keep
rest of
doing
the
it.
game, probably you.
I actually think Rose is like a 50% hit rate on people looking the opposite way, only on this map. I don't know why.
Aggressive start out from the defensive side. This is their
Nice!
Excellent
Nice!
and nice work from Timotino and Bang.
और आओ smoke के through.
That aggression has been massively successful, beating BBL at their own game and aggressive
Shot,
positioning.
Revora.
They are not shying away from a fight, especially with that comeback. You start to worry a little bit that maybe they're going to fall back into passive positions, allow BBL that space, but that is not the case whatsoever. Arsenal is expected in this corner.
Late हो गया.
That's the spike, but
Utility डालने में late हो गया.
for long. Everybody falls and everybody stands on the side of 100 Thieves. They have leveled things up once again. Now we look towards BBL to see what they have on that attack side, and if this is now going to be an extension, just as we saw in the last half.
Well, considering, yeah, how things have gone, a streak of rounds doesn't really mean anything.
एक ही चीज को 3 बार दिखाओ. Replay,
For
replay,
100
replay.
Thieves, they build up this defensive side. They're 3 out of 4 so far.
वाइटे वाले बक हैं बिजी इतना बार किक पे आ जाओ.
Such weaknesses here.
मैंने तो वो भी चेंज कर ली कि तब भी हो रहा है. एक बंदे का और हो रहा है.
Here on the attack side, I don't think they have those
पता नहीं
same
उसके पास
excuses,
कौन सा
though.
इंटरनेट है.
The start of this round, much more
पता नहीं
direct
वाईटी का
towards
इशू है,
C-side.
इंटरनेट का इशू है.
And they're
क्योंकि किक के ऊपर भी चल रही है उधर ठीक चल रही है.
immediately halted as well. Deeper utility in play this time. They don't hear the Thorns as they step in. They're up top instead, but Asana's going to be caught. Cryo does well, but that ultimate has traded it out. The showstopper bringing weapons into the hands of BBL now.
मोटा भाई का जियो. मेरा जियो मेरा तो एयरटेल है.
On an adventure.
नाइस वन बैंग बैंग नाइस वन.
Alone.
बैंग भाई
And now there's a
पिलोगे
flank
पिलोगे.
on the flank. He waits for the timing. Oh, it's going to be the push through towards the spawn. This is brilliant from Lovers Rock. He's looking to try again. Both! And they never expected him to be here. The run through immediately.
अरे
was so
sound आई थी
aggressive
इसको.
from Lovers Rock.
इसको साउंड आई
That
थी
was
सीढ़ी भागने की.
perfection. Leaves Bang to try and clutch. With 2 now back together. Well, to an extent. The Rock falling further behind, but just look at the time that's already gone. He's having to clear every single angle methodically because of how aggressive his opponent was just moments ago. A nice shot, though. I don't know if he has the time
It's
for
too
this one.
low.
No, he doesn't. That's
था.
unfortunate. A nice attempt from Bang and a costly round for BBL. But honestly, I think they'll take the round.
सबका हो रहा है ये वाईटी वालों का
That's
इशू
for
है.
sure. Yeah, BBL taking the lead.
कोई
with
नहीं,
a
we are
thrifty
doing double
buy.
stream on
They
kick
came in
also.
here
Join if
with
buffer.
Stingers for the most part.
Exclamation
Their
kick
objective
type
to go
करो.
towards that
लिंक से
wall. I
उधर आ
think
जाओ.
possibly even
उधर
split to
मक्खन
be
चल रही है
after. I'm not
स्मूथ
sure what the
एकदम.
idea was on
कोई
his.
दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं है.
Or if they were going
Easy
to break
peasy
through
लामा
it as a
squeezy.
unit. And then they realize it's not there. They realize the setup has changed, that there's a danger lurking there. The danger dealt with so quickly, but this cerebral play from Lovers Rock is what gives them that clean exit. Even though Bang's able to find those 2 kills, which fair play to him for that, but
अबे हटता कैसे है?
time was his biggest enemy and not one he stood a chance of defeating. A timeout now called by 100 Thieves. They will freeze
हाँ
the clock
जीतेगी
for
तो
a
100
moment.
थीव्स ही.
And
अरहान भाई.
one last chat.
अली
Must
बाबा
be
40
Belgium
चोर
for one.
वाली कहानी सच हो गई तो लगता
Their
है.
opponents now in a
Oh wait, time out,
dangerous
time out,
position.
time out. They will
It's quite
discuss
fun
what
being
they are
in this-
doing
in this
wrong.
lobby, because obviously you've
They
got
will improve.
America's
Trust me guys.
versus EMEA.
PLS भाई चना
When it comes
खाओगे?
to coaching staff, it's EMEA versus
You are
EMEA.
right, chana,
MBS,
chana.
a previous champions
मेरा
winner,
चना
the first to ever do it.
मैं नहीं हूँ क्योंकि मैं आई मीन प्लेटफॉर्म है can't even block आई creators
Was a
there if
Masters
you even block
Copenhagen
them they will appear on the
So,
home
they've
feed for
got
no
very
reason
good people behind
अरे
the
वहाँ पे एक वो
scenes.
होगा 18+ कंटेंट उसको ऑफ
By the
कर दो
side of things, of course,
उसको ऑफ कर दो शायद
he
से
has
नहीं
been
आएगा
noted with the rise of this BBL roster through
Hello,
the
hello,
tier 2
hello.
to Ascension winners to
चना खाओगे
making it
चना
to a Masters, making it here.
You know, the real shame, MBS, there's a lot of things he doesn't get as much credit for as he should, but
This going.
really and truly, no, from the heart, this is, don't worry, it's not a dig. It's his shirts, man. His shirt
Okay.
game needs a lot
Bro,
more credit.
bro.
The guy, he did it, and he did it in style, and that's what I appreciate. We're back in
Nice.
the game in BBL.
I don't want to see ASMR.
Met by utility, met by a wall, and they don't want
घोड़े
to go
वाला
through it.
चना?
Instead, they'll send
नहीं,
it back
भुना
in the
वाला
other
है
direction. A big risk at this stage.
It's a
You see the pin
छिलके
going
वाला,
down. They
छिलके
know
वाला।
A main could have been pushed up in. We have no control over B. Swinging the door, sure,
अपने
we'll
पास
give you a
चना
chance, but
है।
they could be behind the boxes. They could already be up.
और अपने
Crowd will
पास
at least
थोड़ा सा
give you a bit of security.
मीठा वाला वो
That
है
hasn't taken place. But then you think about A main. However, I think BBL
Must.
wants 100 Thieves to have pushed up. They know that if someone's
मैं
here,
दाल चावल
they're
खाने के
probably
जुगाड़
on
लगा
their
रहा हूँ
own at
अरे
this
क्या
stage.
बात
And if they are, well, we
Roasted.
can outnumber them. We can overwhelm them. Let's see if that is the case.
ब्रो
Seen this one before. That Prowler didn't land. Before there were stuns thrown into position, and while that's Loiter
कोई
going
नहीं
for
कोई
it,
नहीं कोई नहीं
there is a trade back, but
स्टिल विनेबल
Face your fear!
a lot of HP damage. Others Rock's gone in with ult while
Nice,
incredibly low on
Londe.
HP.
Let's
That's
go.
an easy kill for Vora, but this was all a ruse. They're trying to split back
Oh!
in the direction. Nice shot.
कराए बोल के नाइस शॉट
Quick flick
मीठा
from either side.
मतलब मीठी खील
And that's them level
मीठा नहीं है
once
वो।
again. And I will say I like the adaptation because I think what we saw in this round was there was a C-site hit where they dominated the first one, 100 Thieves. Then they go, okay, well, they're not going to do that again. And they did. So
बोला
then
था
after a pause, they go,
मैं तो
they're
साथ
gonna
में
do
ही
it
हूँ
again, aren't they? I have a feeling. Because a lot of teams would go, well, they're not just going to keep going C. So they stack up. There was 3 players on the C site early. They had all of the utility there. They have a paranoia. And BBL go, we have to go the other way. And
Meter.
that's where they have the aggressive positioning from
Meter
Timatino,
down.
the off angle from Vora,
Harami.
and then the rotations. That's just a good read coming out from 100 Thieves.
And now Viper's Pit immediately.
Oh,
put
yeah,
down the
Asura.
C site. So if you want to come see another time, it's going to be even more difficult than before. BBL should be looking elsewhere. You go towards A. Timatino's there to be dealt with.
ये लोग बी
This
बनाने वाले हैं ये लोग बी
round,
बनाने
he
वाले हैं
is
लोग
as
बी
deadly
करेंगे
as can be. One shot to the body.
40 लोग बी करेंगे पक्का
Four goes for 4. The Rock down. And
यो
out
DMUI
right away.
व्हाट्स अप
And in these rounds, like in these pistol rounds,
Welcome back.
okay, I'll give Lovers Rock on a neon with a judge. I'm terrified of him.
प्रेमी पत्थर
But the Rock is really the
Lovers
shining
Rock.
light. If someone's
प्रेमी
going to come
पत्थर
out of these with like 4 quick share of headshots, it's well, it's normally that guy. It's certainly not that guy now.
I got spike.
how we are rooting for 100 Thieves
The worrying thing is
Babu?
you say most likely, but it's like I feel like there's only like a 1%
एक लग पे
less
है।
chance that Loiter or Kreven
And the last
ends
guy
up doing
will-
the same thing.
This is true.
got the
Kreven
luck
with pistols, man. Like sometimes he does stuff where I'm just like, that
Nice,
makes no
good,
sense. But
good,
no,
good.
I think especially with the Viper's Pit in play, with a Vice Wall in position to help out Cryo, it's going to
Lovely,
be very difficult
lovely,
for
brother.
anybody to get into this
Lovely,
position.
brother. Good.
They even have it covered with Asuna on the other side. It's a
Now they
nice
go
little
B.
hold.
Already do
It's
2 guys
one
on B.
that I think they desperately wanted to make sure this goes through. And while there's one of those pistol headshots,
ये कुछ ज्यादा नहीं हो गया
heard you, I think.
प्रेमी का पत्थर नॉट प्रेमी पत्थर प्रेमियों का पत्थर
Does this work? This strategy started by Lovers Rock realizing there's a Viper in
Double
the
dash,
pit.
double dash,
I'm
double
gonna
dash.
Vice here. I'm gonna run in.
मैं घुस जाता भाई
And somehow they're in a 3 versus 4. Still a lot of work to be done.
Left check,
They've not
left
got the
check.
weaponry to make this work.
cryo left check cryo left check
Have a good position.
Okay.
And okay, at least a decent shot. But now they know one player off site. So pick
rid
up
of
the
the
pace
gun.
towards it.
Nice
Fade out
shot.
That fight. That man's
Nice
already dealt
shot,
with
let's
them,
go,
but classic
boys.
in hand, Rose didn't stand a chance.
10,
I think
10,
you can get a
10.
plant out of that, honestly, was a silver lining for BBL. But the lead for
आप
100
तो
Thieves and double
EP
digits secured.
EWC में नहीं हो कोज आप
You can see
घुस
after
जाते
the pause, they've managed to find that
वहाँ
little
पे
bit of
plant
extra
होना
semblance. I don't
जरूर
mind
नहीं
the
था।
ult being invested into
Time
this
था
round as
7
well.
सेकंड।
It's like you know
मैं
that there's a
double
good
dash
likelihood that
मारता,
they're gonna do something
या तो उसको
hyper-aggressive.
मारता है टाइम
I
वेस्ट
don't know,
करता दिमाग
slide through with the judge.
ये
See
org
if the
वाले
Viper's pin in to
चोर
make that
ये
player more
org
vulnerable.
वाले
And it
चोर है
almost
क्या हाँ
baits them into thinking that
सो
maybe there
चोर
isn't
100
a
Thieves
second player there, even
क्या
though
खा
the
रहे हो
Vice Wall
चना
was there.
Well,
And
the
then Asana.
thorns they threw the thorns like 3 seconds before that. So you knew at that, but they didn't, right? And then they said, let's go. Okay, we're going to go in 5 seconds. Thorns came in, and most people go, actually, let's go anywhere else. And Lovers Rock was like, no, I've already been let off the leash. You let go of it. I'm gone.
He's like, yeah, he's literally like, when you're pet
प्लांटर छोड़ता ही नहीं ना वीसीटी में 7 सेकंड पर वो कवर सक्सेस आता छोड़ से कवर नहीं था उसके पास एक बंदा वहां पे था ट्री पे और पक्का छोड़ता है 100% छोड़ता
But no, if there's any player that has absolutely
दाल
no
तड़क याद आ रही है
I was going to say in this tournament, but Levin does give him a run for his money. Between the two of them, though, a lot of aggression that can come through.
Come on, BBL.
On the other side. Now, bear in mind, last time we saw a pause from BBL, they went from 4-0 down to winning the half 7-5, and I believe they won 5 rounds.
Next time, try करना.
So we'll see what key
next
has on
time,
offer. Of course, it gives
try
the same
करना.
opportunity.
आओ टीम बनाए XD.
And Teamboros have the conversation.
4 बेरोजगार कहाँ ढूंढूं? जो 12 घंटे खेले.
Honestly, one where I feel like both teams are playing well. I feel like we've seen some closer games so far where I'm looking at a lot of the mistakes rather than just solid game plan. And well,
lovely.
Speaking of game plan, immediate usage.
यहाँ बनाएंगे तो मुझे अपार्टमेंट से निकाल देंगे. हाँ वो स्मोक वगैरह के चक्कर में दिक्कत होगी आपको. बाहर बनाओ ना बाहर. अगर आपके अपार्टमेंट में थोड़ा बाहर का एरिया है खुला हुआ वहाँ बना लो.
At the start of every round, so this time let's go A at the start and then rush into C, and hopefully we won't be running into Vice and Viper again. Fortunately, they are running into Vice and Viper again.
Bring me the isolo. Nice shot.
Steel Garden going through, catching one at least. As soon as gonna have to wait.
ये मर लेगा, ये ऐसी मर लेगा, ये ऐसी मर लेगा. ओ बच गया.
Closing back in the distance for the wall.
बेरोजगार तो मिल जाएंगे, अच्छा खेलने वाले नहीं.
Cancel the play, looking elsewhere. And in fact, I think this is a learning from last round where they put a lot of pressure on the C side, even with the 2 Sentinels there, even with the, well, quasi.
No, good control.
Left the A side open.
So good control.
Put that pressure on again, but look at 100.
Oh my God.
Thor is the second man, and there's a third coming. Bang. Oh,
hey,
he went under the radar.
Nice bang.
Still, he gets one and gets out.
Great work. 30 seconds left, but then they double back again. It's the A, the C, the A, the B. And now back to the A
तो
again.
मुहमाया है कुछ
Bang is trying to retake.
नहीं रखा है गेम में. पन के लिए खेलो. मैंने एक को बोला है भाई दोनों स्मोक दे दे. बोलता है प्लांट हो गया तो क्यों दूं?
But those two players finding kills in the B side puts the pressure onto Cryo to get anything done here. He was waiting for the planter to make a move. Instead, they're getting aggressive onto him. And although it's a hell of a lot of damage, two players on 5 HP, the problem is Bang is also low. A bullet to him.
Smoke and stick. Smoke and stick.
Daddy's going to try and bait them in. The
Lovely
first one's easy.
दोनों ऊपर नीचे ऊपर नीचे ऊपर नीचे.
More difficult. Rose wrapping around from above.
ऊपर नीचे.
There's no one else around that corner anymore.
ये आ गए अंकल गेम पे ज्ञान.
A strike back from BBL and a back and forth all the way through the round.
That's one of those rounds you'd really like to still have one pause left to use. On the side of 100 Thieves, I don't know how you're supposed to track what BBL are doing when they go A to C.
BBL आरामी है भाई. BBL के बंदे बहुत आरामी हैं.
The pacing there as well. Like they're still putting pressure on the A site when that flank comes through. It's a small oversight in those rotations, but you can understand why they got their eye on the prize a little too much.
20 seconds left. Loiter is spamming a ball.
And
while he's doing that, 2 teammates have it's difficult to spot everything they're doing because it feels like there's a lot of game plans going on. That's a shot connected initially by Timotino, but a kill not garnered. And a pacey hit looking to come up on the other side, but as soon as done well, at least at the start.
Nice!
Oh, that flash. It bought him time.
Nice!
LaRock in position and allowed Vora to come through with the kill.
Lovely shot, lovely shot.
The site's been taken, kind of.
No.
He wants to battle deep. A 2v5, not worth it. A 2v4, still
nice.
not good enough, but now Kreven's all alone. And he won't be going for this. Not
me supporting क्योंकि लेलेक्स कार स्पॉन्सर करता है. Oh my God.
The danger here is
राइड बट भिजवाओ फिर.
4 players left alive.
100 Thief वालों से बात करके राइड बट भिजवाओ.
Meaning that now BBL are basically just up against full buys for the rest of the half.
Match I hoping for yesterday. अरे मजा आता है यार. इतना क्लोज जाता ना मजा आता.
Where you'd be seeing Kreven on the opposite side of the map saving his gun, but when he's got 3,000 credits, when LaRock has enough to buy and the other teammates don't, you're going to have to basically put yourself in a
इस
position
बात
to
का
make
sponsor
sure
है,
something
एक
can be
red body नहीं मिल
purchased
रहा।
into the next round, because you do not want to allow 100 Thieves
क्या कर रहे
up
हो?
to 12.
चने हाँ चने।
So that may be a
White
likely
chane.
scenario. And again, I feel like Asuna has been playing incredibly
Protein की कमी पूरी कर रहा
well
हूँ।
as those site anchors,
सत्तू।
be it covering on the C site to help out Cryo, or be it now on the other side of the map on A.
घोड़ा ही कह दे।
Finding that opener, having the flash to
Horsepower।
set up his teammate while he's being chased down. They knew, because they knew on the BBL side, if they clear him, that A site is a lot more open, and Vora just there to cover. It's worked out wonderfully, but as we've seen so far in this, well, at least in the
11-10,
last few
11-10.
rounds, there hasn't been any consistency with winning the rounds. There's been a
समुद्र में
strike back
टट्टू।
almost every single time, and now we're going to have to look towards
room अगली।
BBL. But as you said, there are no
समझा
more
नहीं मैं?
check-ins with coaching staff unless we go to overtime.
ओवरटाइम तो नहीं जा रहा भाई, ये खत्म है। ओवरटाइम नहीं जाएगा। मैं भी यहीं बैठा हूँ, आप भी यहीं बैठे हैं। नो ओवरटाइम। Finish this.
True state of the BBL economy right now.
13-11 finish.
Two sheriffs
Eco
in the
round.
classic.
Eco round.
One away.
Eco
from the
round.
Nightfall farming, that could be good, but Timotino, he's going aggressive. It's a
Why?
risky play. And up against the Eco, I think he's going to regret that. The op now recovered. That's
Lover's
another
Rock as well.
rifle. And indeed, with Lover's Rock having that in his hands.
हाँ ये तो 1v1 चल रहा है पूरा।
Didn't give his teammate the guard
गोल बाल देखिए?
before he went
हाँ।
up. I will say,
सारा देखा है?
Oh, he's left at the door.
Yeah.
Oh, he has.
That's annoying me a little bit, but you know.
BBL जीतेगी।
Rose has now been dropped as well. Still nobody.
आ
able to
गया
get-
Is anyone with the
लड़का।
Guardian?
But then again, it's Kreven and Loiter. They might even be better with the Sheriffs, with how they've been playing so far. Push up all the way through C. Luna has them locked in
असुना
from
भाई।
behind, but it doesn't seem
Asuna
like there's any
bhai.
world in which they go back from this stage.
हॉर्स पावर ना मैं सोच समझ गया मैं। गाड़ियों का इंजन हॉर्स पावर में काउंट होता है।
That smoke's going to fade soon for Cryo. He has to get a move on.
Nice shot लड़के।
Having to stand his ground against
Oh!
Rayman. Blinded up, he still lands the rock. And the 3 versus 2 for 100 Thieves is their reward. Even with those recovered weapons, that op is going to be left on the floor for now. The Spike trying to move towards the B side, it seems, with that door
Lovely
open.
shot.
Kreven's being caught, and now
नाइस असुना नो असुना है यहाँ पे असुना है वहाँ पे।
Lloyd is going to back himself in this one. You certainly can't blame him.
उसने
for it.
बोलते हैं ना ये
He's heard the door.
समुद्र में अच्छा
There's a chance to isolate that
समुद्र में
fight if
टट्टू वो
given.
जब शिप के ऊपर रहता है वो बोलता है यार
Gotta
अभी
be careful. Lloyd might not have had the best of games so far, but this is a man that will win rounds like this if given the opportunity.
it's a 3v1 don't push like a bot
Asuna put
Play
him in a
together.
position where he couldn't move forward for the moment.
1v1
Then he does it a little
he's
bit later
flashed
on.
UTP
Paranoia
update
utilized, and he's being wrapped on incredibly fast. I don't even think he knows,
Bro.
but it's a
Oh.
nice shot, at least on one.
Good
Vora
trade.
had to be lightning fast with that trade, but he is 12 to 10.
बाबली
Map
बाबली
point now for 100 Thieves. But you
बची
have
भाई
to bear
बची
in
बची
mind,
बची
that was them saving credits.
Anti
That
दबे?
was them putting
Almost
money
भाई निकाल लिया
away
तुझने
so they could buy on a rainy day. Well, BBL's rainy day is right now. They're going to be investing
ये
everything
करना
into this
बेकार
next
बेकार
round.
था ओहो
Cryo's gotten away with
Asuna.
murder on that. The blast pack jump
The
out
flick
from
was
LaRock
wonderful.
after the paranoia lands.
That was a nice shot if he wasn't blind.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
एक
I
shot
think he saw
नहीं
him
होता पड़ता वो।
blast pack
Yeah, you
for
still have to
a
predict where he's
quarter
going.
second
Yeah.
less. But to hit that is nuts. 12 to 10.
let's go
100
fast going are the
There were a
committing
few
or going
moments where
B
it looked shaky. The 4-0 start to the 7-5 half, but they have recovered this nicely. Robbed rounds
what?
from BBL. But now a shot through the smoke takes down Bang. Do they know? Do they suspect a second player here?
गलत
If
मार दिया।
Vora can beat the snake. Okay,
Oh, they
they
do
do.
now.
The Prowlers hit the snake in
He's
the
done
grass.
it
Is
again.
being dealt
इतना
with.
close खेलना
They
क्यों
burn
है?
the grass with the nightmare on anybody that's there. And oh, hold on, Cryo. He's cutting off the rest of these players moving to the site. TP going to be taken by Lloyd at least, but all
flank.
the while they're buying time. Kreven's wrapping up behind. A paranoia seals the deal. 11 for BBL. One more round in regulation. And it's
okay
on
bye
100
है
Thieves
bye
to
है
close
bye
it.
है bye है bye है
You
bye bye
mentioned like Loiter is good at winning BS rounds. That was him getting 2 instant headshots through smoke. So I think you've kind of proven a point there, but
Or so he has.
he didn't need to prove it.
Bye.
But like, yeah, just ridiculous stuff coming through and putting them in a position to take this one to overtime. Of course, the last time they played this map, it also went to overtime. 16-18 defeat versus EDG. They're going to look to try and right the wrongs if they get there, but you can see they haven't got 2 rounds in a row in this second half.
they knew 3 here they're
This would
going
have to be
B
the first.
Oh, very direct to be an experiment for BBL. We haven't seen much of this and already past the nightfall.
Oh, he knew. एक बंदा ऊपर आ रहा है.
Play coming from Larocque, but yeah, he did. He got clipped by the very edge of it, and the Prowler reveals exactly where he's gone.
Okay, Cole है उसके पास की बंदा पीछे आ रहा है. Nice. Cole है भाई, Cole है.
Trouble at times. Players around this stairs position, but now they're delayed on the rotate back through. They're looking for Larocque, but he's the one to find. Bang now down, and the A side under threat.
ये क्यों चला रहा है तू Stringer?
Overtime on the horizon, and with weaknesses there for 100 Thieves, and the Viper's Pit already used on the other side of the map. Asuna already down. It's starting to look like we're going there.
No such thing as an easy victory. 3v5 needed. Sniper honed in on the angle. And a connected shot already onto Vora, leaves him desperately.
Me seeing 90 ping in Frankfurt, searching exit lag mode. AP के ultimate membership वो free नहीं आता है, उसके लिए paid ही करना पड़ेगा.
One of those players. Cryo is currently fighting demons. He's fighting shadows in the spawn.
Andy, bro.
He's not even been able to leave to get towards the site, and he now has a 1v5 with 13 HP. If you believe in that, you're
Let's go OT.
12-12. OT once again on Lotus. BBL never make their map choice easy, but they are still in the map.
Listen, they came here to put on a show. You got to respect them for it. A game so good, we don't want it to end. And we're going to swing into overtime with a lot of learnings for both squads. Again, when we see BBL move back to that defensive side, the main thing I want to see, and I think it's a difficult balance between predictability and following the game plan that has worked, but I want to see that early aggression. It's up to them how they're going to taper that. We've seen moments where it's like a 5v2.
They are not going to.
And then they keep going. And then they give opportunity after opportunity. And 100 Thieves come close. BBL those rounds. BBL,
look,
it's a delicate balance, and I'm not sure that they have it
BBL ने 3 round निकाले last के. BBL winning.
The aggression you want. The bad news is
BBL is definitely winning.
Tempered. And there you go already. They're pushing C. They're pushing A. The only place they're not pushing is B. But early information.
इस बार flank पे है वो.
Push up already from Lovers Rock. Now,
मैं तो Google पे मोड पे करने में.
He's not going to stop this push. Now,
इतनी गरीबी नहीं भाई साहब.
You can already see Arsenal is watching it.
That Vice wall is not in the same spot that it was before. Often, and in almost all the rounds, 100 Thieves are putting it outside C. But BBL, remember, Rose walks up on B, catches them off towards the end of the first half. Now they change it because they're committing. They're taking this A site no matter what. Remember, in regulation for the attack, what worked was that C site. But they expect an adaptation. The problem is with this
they're walking.
Gone,
they're walking.
BBL have made the
they're walking. They're walking.
They've taken all the space. The rotates are here. There's 4
nice shot.
players, now 3, standing by.
Nice shot.
Okay. The rock gone.
कोई बात नहीं.
A whole lot
4v3.
Creven finding his moment to stand up, to stand tall as the hero. Rose needs to be so careful.
Brother, नीचे आ गया वो. Brother, नीचे आ गया वो.
But Rose sneaks through. Catches the planter, and has a chance for so
much.
He's ready
nice.
for that play from Timotino, but the shot doesn't land.
3v2. 3v2.
Coming through, so still plenty of time for the remainder, but a man advantage, and Timotino's gone nowhere, but he will now dropped back into a 2v2.
दोनों ऊपर है, trust me.
Spotted as well, but Cryo might have gone unnoticed. They bypassed his position, and because of that, he
lovely
has
shot.
For free. That's going to put them
lovely
in
shot.
advantageous spot, and they will
पेल पकड़ गुद्दी. हेलो, आज कुछ VCT जैसा कुछ लग रहा है. कल तो कुछ और ही माहौल था. वही कल तो वन साइड था. आज तो एटलीस्ट एक मैच चल रहा है बराबरी का.
Time to finally crack that vault.
कोई आदमी इतना गरीब कैसे हो सकता है?
It started out
money glitch.
such a
Google
solid way. It looked like it could be a mismatch, but then BBL found their identity. This time they try to lean on that same defensive side aggression. They get that early flank. They get,
Let's go, Asuna.
They get the rotations through, and yet the round falls. That's a different vibe than what we've seen before. And now they've got to recover it on the attack. A direct play from both teams. It's clear 100 Thieves want to fight for A main. They want to scrap for it, but they're going to have to give up that control. And now Bang's kind of in no man's land. He's a little stuck.
Okay, he's back. अभी वो गलत जगह पे खेल रहा है. वो पिछली बार पिटा था वहाँ पे.
The early damage. Mostly done onto Larocque.
ये कमिटी करने वाले हैं भाई ये साइड.
They are all in on this A site once again.
Oh, check नहीं किया उसने.
Sent through. C's also catching a player. They should have a decent idea.
Dogi ने check नहीं किया.
The other side of the map, the corner taken. Timotino from behind, no, has cleared out 3. He might have just ended
GG.
single-handedly unless Loiter has a play of equal value.
Up against the odds, surrounded, and I think we all know how that story ends. 14-12. It was a bit labored, but 100 Thieves managed to steal their opponent's map pick away.
That's how they win.
Fashion.
Oh yeah, they had to fight tooth and nail for that one. An incredible.
भाई कोट पैंट में आया ना कोच इनका, कोट पे रखा है, टाई लगा रखी है, शर्ट और पैंट पे रखी है उसने.
Anything is, you might be able to steal their map pick, but that doesn't mean you have the series done. Even still, though, it's a huge
lovely match
for 100 Thieves as they'll head into a map that is ultimately quite heavily favored on paper towards them.
They might be in the building, but they still have to crack that vault.
100 चोर जीत गए. Yes.
Look like they might have the combination with their map pick up next. Isn't that right, Digon?
किसका मैच अगला?
Thank you very much, Locksmiths, as it was a fantastic
आवाज कैसी है इसकी? बढ़िया वाली.
Goes all the way the distance, and Timotino getting the job done. 4K to send them.
ऐसा लगता है एनीमे के अंदर ना यही देता है वॉइस डबिंग भाई. क्या सेक्सी आवाज आदमी की.
0 on BBL Esports. Digon here alongside our analyst Kuka and Big Time, and man, what a game
स्ट्रीम भी
that
देख ले,
was. It started
चल रही
off
है.
with a very streaky
हम टाई
first
पहन
half.
के
It was
खेलेंगे
4 in a
तो
row,
ज्यादा
then 6 in
जीत
a
सकते
row,
हैं.
then 1
वो
and
कोच
1,
था, कोच,
and then
कोच.
after that it just felt like back and
lost
forth
count.
and back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, I think
Yeah,
BBL
Rav.
showed real prowess on this map. You know, it's clearly something that they understand, and they showed just how sharp they can be. But ultimately, I was really impressed by what 100 Thieves were able to bring out here. I think the comp is...
ये तो एलिमिनेशन है ना बीबीएल वाला. ऐड आ रहे हैं, बताओ यहाँ पे. यो समीर भाई की हाल चाल, आर डूइंग? व्हाट्स अप मच्छिगा, व्हाट्स अप? शॉप फॉर क्रेजी लो प्राइस. व्हाट? ये मैच अभी तो खत्म नहीं हुआ क्या?
Very difficult trying to complete.
अरे इनका भी तो खत्म हो गया, दोनों टीम खत्म है. बीबीएल सॉरी ईडीजी और आरआरक्यू चल रहा है. अच्छा चल रहा है इनका. ओके.
Out of the map towards the broken wall. Not easy stuff for RRQ at all.
Talk about the fact that there's also conditioning at play here as well. EDG have gone B so many times and RRQ overcommitted there. Constant
क्या बोल रहा
fighting
है
retakes.
जिंदगी? हाँ तो मैं भी उसको सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ.
Sure for Jemkin here.
बोरिंग मैच.
Everyone else
ये वाला
whatever they can buy.
ए बोरिंग नहीं बोलने का.
Sorry, just Blaze Solman. Okay, we're going to speed up really quickly here. Trademark's been popped. Kung.
बोरिंग मैप. मैच नहीं.
He's tucked in a corner.
अरे लाइट की मांगी. कौन जीता लास्ट मैच? 100 टीम्स.
Kung though.
100 teams, 100 teams.
Good recovery, 51 HP, but he's alive. See if we can lead the troops into this one, scan up the journey.
Bro!
Shotgun kill is going to be good for Zan as well. Numbers starting to fall in favor for RRQ and EDG. Might just be falling to pieces a little bit here. Jenny walks into his depth as well. Can EDG get anything? They're not finding a single kill.
That's rough for EDG, I'm not going to lie. Very easy on the way on into the A site. And from there, it's really unable to disrupt RRQ despite what should have been a freebie onto Jemkin. He hits a nasty quick scope onto Kung, peeking out on towards the double box. I think you've seen Kung go down in that exact same position a couple of times now. And the follow-up is even better.
Neon gameplay देख के लगता है Neon पे बोलने वाला.
From side, I was thinking like, okay, we lost a Jet in an aggressive position. That happens. Now it's going to be Harbor all coming straight through, and EDG is just going to mop them, right? Not the case at all. Great retake for RRQ.
Imagine 2-3 एक्ट पहले तक नियोन को वीसीटी में कोई खेलता भी नहीं था. 2-3 एक्ट पहले तक. 2-3 एक्ट के बाद जो इन लोगों ने दबा के कि सारे एजेंट्स को बाकियों को नर्फ कर दिया, फिर जाके लोग नियोन पे आए हैं कि साला ये एजेंट खेलते हैं अब. वरना उतना पिक नहीं था नियोन का इस मैप पे या किसी भी मैप पे. बेचारा पिलिए. अब ऐसा हो चुका है कि वापस से नियोन मेटा चला गया. वापस से भी बहुत कम लोग नियोन पिक करते हैं. किसी ने जी का इंस्टा पे रिप्लाई किया था, इनको तो मैं कॉम्पी में ऐसे ही हरा देता. जी ने रिप्लाई किया, आओ कभी फिर से हराने के लिए. सही में ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट ने ये प्लाई किया कि आओ कभी फिर से. छोड़ो भाई, क्या ही बोले. एक तो टीम में बंदे बाहर के हैं, उनका पिंग नहीं आएगा मुंबई सर्वर पे. फालतू में बेइज्जती करवाते रहते अपनी.
enemy
Oh,
remaining.
Zan, Xfera
Shot.
as well. Zan's still alive, not any longer.
It's perfection. Literally the Storm Surge and the KO
तुम्हारा
knife dump
Batman
straight
पूरी
on the
साल लड़
perfect
करता रहेगा
positions. They try to complete that retake.
कि उसे लड़ पे किल
That
मिल
is
जाए
just one team dumping all their utility where nobody's standing and the other team responding perfectly.
ओह
And,
नाइस
a
चीचो
lot of the right pieces of utility complete that retake for RRQ.
Yeah.
Paranoia and the relay bot clears out all of the left side of sight, but it's just a perfect Storm Surge from side there.
Yep.
मेरा बिल्ली हरा देगी
There's a
जी वालों को
polymorph
एक दिन
ultimate as well. You just get
Meow.
one back for RRQ, then it's straight back in the dumps again. as
राउडी
EDG
रिकॉर्ड शैक
Control it. Viper's pit for this round as well for the post.
बैटमैन द डिक्टेटर हाँ भाई एक आदमी नहीं हो गया उनकी टीम में
We've had a couple of quick
कोच को
rounds.
निकलवा दिया
It's
बताओ यार
slow from EDG. Just to wait
वो
this one to see
कोच
if
ग्लोबल
RRQ wanna make
स्पोर्ट्स को
some
वहां पे
early
लेके
moves.
गया जहां पे वो कभी जा नहीं सकते थे कभी जा नहीं सकते
First
थे
up to bat here.
मास्टर्स में
Needs to
खिलाने के
deliver on
लिए
this A side of the map. Has
और
a
उसी को
rendezvous
निकाल
up
दिया।
on top of the double boxes. Drone going to be the
Wow.
first contact for EDG that does
लगता
spot
है
out the
जी
chamber.
ने अब नेक्स्ट ऑप्टिक
He's
इंडिया
gonna
बने
get Hunter's Fury out
और
of here as well.
It's a defensive
Actually,
one.
never mind. You're right. It's defensive Hunter's Fury to try and slow things down. That EDG won't just be able to walk on in. Jemkin would still like to find that opening, but the high tide cuts across the entire map. We've heard the shots come through
Lovely.
from the operator now.
लवली
And there's the Viper's fit.
आजू बाजू में खड़े दूसरे के ये।
4-5v5 here. You also have nobody covering the big flank, and a couple of members from RQ might want to look in that direction.
Yeah, you can see Kushi starting to activate in that part of the map.
I am
There is
the-
the attacker side, Hunter's Fury, once again
Nice shot.
looking to disrupt this retake. Chichu striking first outside of the pit. Pressure on nobody on the flank. He's just playing with his food, really.
Oh.
Light swing does get punished by Kushi.
Why you-
Kankan going
बाहर क्यों
forward,
निकले
but the
तुम
pit is
लोग?
still up.
How do you navigate this pit now? 3 players in deep. Nice.
Nice, Chicho. Nice, Chicho.
Just making it work inside the pit. The Viper strikes. And now it's a Viper versus Viper with a little bit of help from Harbor as well. Cushy won his trade outside, in towards spawn, on the big flank. Balori's trying to do
Left,
now
left,
is
left,
stay
left, left,
alive,
left,
and
left, left,
Chichu's
left.
looking for him. He'll just manage to find him for the ace as well. Cushy, goodbye.
अल्फा एकदम
Cushy
गायब
will
ही हो
not be
गया
denied, and neither
यार
will
फैनेटिक वाले
EDG.
खेल कर रहे हैं
Kushi wanted to have him to have the ace as well.
Fanatic
He
वाले
went 10
थोड़े
bullets on someone. Not
down
even
में है
looking
अभी।
at him.
Bro deserves it.
Ah.
Take it, my man.
No, honestly,
W
that is what Chichu does best, though.
Viper ने
Looks
हैगा
like RRQ are making serious
Sabre
inroads
ने
into
हाँ।
completing this retake, and then they run into Chichu inside the pit, and the rest of the story was history.
Capture card
honestly.
कौन सा यूज कर रहे हो
Side makes it out with an operator
Elgato
as well to hang over to hand over
HD
to
60X
Kang
4K 30
And
FPS
RRQ, money's not looking
4K
great.
60
Overdrive
FPS.
there for Zan. You do have a bunch of
Yeah.
rifles to work with as well.
Well, here we go. Talk about the overdrive. Not going to waste any time. Zan's going to be working his way through the map.
No, 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 no.
Oh my god.
Sign eventually falls. Sign was looking for that kill, so would have been a good.
Elgato HD 60X Chicho आ गया let's go हाँ
As members, nobody
Ugh.
struggling
Bro.
to stay alive there. Zan doubles up.
It's sloppy, but RRQ are making it work for themselves.
कुछ भी कर रहे हैं भाई आरके वाले
Kang looking to take matters into his own hands, but with the spike in hand,
Whoa.
being on Nest is honestly a little bit outrageous. At the same time, though, when you're down 3 on 5, someone's got to make a play somewhere.
Probably not with a spike, ideally.
Oh.
He's dropped into no man's land, which is going to make Jenny and Chichu's life a little bit harder here. Let's see them work their way around. Back over.
100 वाला खत्म हो गया हाँ
Sphero up.
एक खत्म हो गया एक चल रहा है अभी we are
There's
waiting
money here for EDG, so I expect them to do something.
स्ट्रीमिंग पीसी से तो मेरा कार्ड है हैं 15,000 रुपए कार्ड है भाई स्ट्रीमिंग पीसी 64,000 का है कार्ड 15,000 का है एक साल पहले लिया था
After kind of being so close
पहले
to
कौन
that
जीता
first game,
100 Thieves
but it feels good. Like losses stink, but a good loss because it was so close. They battled back and it was toe to toe throughout.
I mean, that's the good news, is in this game against EDG that we saw, map 1 was Lotus, it goes to overtime, they lose, but they bring the series back, so it's not without the realms of possibility, but I will say, I think this is going to be a harder game to win and sweep than that EDG game. We're moving on to Split, which is 100 Thieves pick, and it's hard to feel like BBL are going to be able to fight this.
What you cooking, girl?
I'm thinking, right? Like,
Yeah.
if I'm 100 Thieves, I guess they continue with this later composition. They were struggling a little bit trying to find exactly where they wanted to be, but they have a composition where Asana's on the stage. I just enjoy that. I love the stage. Sorry, it's 2026 and it keeps happening. Sorry, actually, I'm sorry. But for the side of BBL, this is a map that has always been a little bit of a struggle. It's not only that if you look at the numbers, it's not like, they're definitely not there, like the victories
पर
are
पीसी प्राइस कम हो गए हैं
to
तुम्हारे.
me, when I've been watching an EMEA, I think that this is one of them.
आपने रैम प्राइस देखे हैं, एसएसडी प्राइस देखे हैं? अगर वो अभी भी आप चेक करोगे तो महंगा ही पड़ेगा भाई. ये थोड़ी कि 64,000 का पीसी आप 15,000 में ले लोगे. इतने भी कम नहीं हुए हैं भाई. 1660 सुपर ये भी 15,000 के ऊपर ही मिलता है. Ryzen 335 3600 स्टिल आपको 10,000 के ऊपर मिलेगा. क्या बात कर रहे हो नयन भाई. और 16 GB रैम है. 16 GB रैम दूंगा एटलीस्ट 20,000 की तो मिलेगी. DDR4 गोडल वर्सेस AC12 वैलो कैंसिल हो गया. मैच था कब? 40 मिलेगा. हाँ 40,000 मिल जाएगा. मैच कब था यार? कहाँ दिखा रहे तुमको? हमें भी तो दिखाओ कहाँ पे. रुको लेट मी चेक. क्या था ये शेड्यूल? क्या था? EWC WALORANT शेड्यूल अलग ही चल रहा है तुम्हारा. कहाँ है तुम्हारा ग्लोबल ई स्पोर्ट्स? और वो सॉरी ग्लोबल ई स्पोर्ट्स नहीं, तुम्हारा AC12 और वो कहाँ है? वैलोरेंट में तो वो तो टीम भी नहीं थी. कैंसिल कहाँ से हो गया? अब AC12 वैसे AC12 होगा. ओह नाइस.
100 these were able to hold, they're able to read your aggression, then this game becomes
नहीं.
so
16 GB रैम 10,000 Ryzen 5 इतने का.
An overtime force.
क्या बात कर रहे हो? 16 GB रैम 10,000 की मिल रही है. ले लो भाई. सोलह GB रैम 10,000 की मिल रही है. बढ़िया है फिर तो. 8 GB तो 6,000 की यहीं पे है. 3600 मेगाहर्ट्ज एटलीस्ट 3200 तो बाय करोगे. 8 GB 3200 5,000 की, 5,200 की. 11-12 की तो मिलेगी आपको एटलीस्ट. 10,000 नहीं मिलेगी, 11-12 मिलेगी एटलीस्ट. 11-12 12,000 के आसपास. हाँ जियो राइजिंग का. ओ शिट. नहीं रैम 16 GB 10,000 Ryzen 55 9K एंड RTX 3050 20K. RTX 3050 क्यों लेना? भाई देखो पैसा नहीं है, सेव कर लो. पीसी अच्छा लो. छोटे छोटे चुटर पुटर पीसी मत लो, बाद में पछताओगे. 1 साल के बाद कोई नया गेम आएगा ना, खेल नहीं पाओगे पीसी में. समझ रहे हो? फिर दूसरों के जाके देखोगे उनको कि ये खेल रहा है मैं नहीं खेल पा रहा. तो पीसी बनाना अगर है तो एक ठीक ठाक बना लो. थोड़ा सा वेट कर लो, पैसे जोड़ लो. बट एक बार वाली चीज़ है. ये नहीं कि आप हर साल नया पीसी बनाओगे. किसी को अगर पीसी बनाना है तो भाई आराम से देखो, जोड़ो, चीज़ों को देखो. इजी पीजी. 3050 मत लो. पता नहीं वो ये ना गेमिंग के नाम पे 3050 ले ले, कोई ना कोई ले ही लेगा. डोंट बी लाइक दैट कि हाँ मेरे को पीसी चाहिए, पीसी चाहिए. पीसी के नाम पे कबाड़ ले लोगे जो तुम्हारा 1 साल नहीं चलेगा और ना उसमें गेम चलेंगे. और 4 GB रैम में कुछ नहीं होता भाई.
keep them alive in this series.
हेलो इंटरनेट भाई. कौन सा लो फिर एटलीस्ट? अगर आपको वीरैम चाहिए तो राइजन का ले लो. AMD का आता है 6700 XT या फिर 6070 XT एक करके. उसमें देख लो 8 GB एटलीस्ट मिनिमम. अगर अभी बना रहे हो तो मिनिमम 8 GB वाला कार्ड लो. उसके हिसाब से देखो, क्योंकि ये बहुत गंदा टाइम है भाई. तुम यूट्यूब पे जाओगे, यूट्यूबर से पूछोगे, वो बोल देंगे 1 लाख में ये ले ले, ये ले ले, ये ले ले. फ्यूचर प्रूफिंग. 2 साल के बाद बोलोगे ये गेम नहीं चल रहा, ये गेम नहीं चल रहा, इस गेम में लैग हो रहा है, इस गेम में वीरैम नहीं है. भाई 2026 के बाद से वीरैम की डिमांड बढ़ी है. एटलीस्ट 8 GB मिनिमम है. 8 GB कोई भी गेम खाता है. 8 GB के ऊपर सेफ स्पेस है. 8 GB इज द लिमिट की. हाँ इतने तक का रखो अपने पास. मैं RTX 50 सोच रहा हूँ. कितने GB का है वो? 8 GB या 6 GB?
It is BBL and 100 Thieves.
और आप करने क्या वाले हो पीसी में? नॉर्मल गेमिंग करने वाले हो या फिर स्ट्रीमिंग भी करने वाले हो या फिर अपना घर का काम या ऑफिस वर्क करने वाले हो? और खाली वैलो खेलोगे तो फिर बना लो 3050 में, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. 8 GB सही है. 8 GB सही है.
To a map number 3 for BBL, they'll certainly be hoping so. It was
Editing.
a tight one in that first map. But now 100 Thieves, they've got that momentum under their belt, and this is where they chose to have this battle. They started slow though. You think about BBL, if they don't lose those first 4 rounds, if they don't deactivate the way that they did the pistol is whatever, but the 3rd round, there were mistakes there. It could have been a different game. Could have, should have.
Chalo. Asuna on Sage. What the hell?
I like the comp that 100 Thieves are bringing to play.
Wow.
Kraven on the Vice can do a lot when it comes to split. I do like Vice, but the Sage right now just seems so flexible. Regardless of what position you're in, the wall is so useful on both sides.
50 में तो GTA 5 भी ना चलता. CPU से Ryzen के कौन सा अच्छा है? Ryzen के बहुत सारे अच्छे हैं.
Yeah, he was one of the
आपके पास कितना बजट है? आपकी क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है? उसके हिसाब से लो.
That agent has come back into fashion, but
Ryzen में टॉप CPU भी है, मिड CPU भी है. नया मैप पिक नहीं हुआ, अभी नहीं होगा, वो अगले एक्ट में आएगा. जो अगली बार मैच होंगे ना उसमें आएगा, वो अभी नहीं आएगा.
I'll be honest, absolutely stunk on the attack. They have had
बजट में AM4 में
7-8 rounds on the defense and then managed
AM4 में शायद से फिर कौन सा है?
The last 3 performances,
55,
1 round
56, 57.
2 rounds on the attack, 2 rounds on the attack. So for BBL,
50 series या 60 series देख लो.
Everything. But then you go back to
Ryzen 790 660.
9-3 attack side
वो भूल गए
versus
लो.
Loud. So they have an opportunity to maybe even.
But उससे पहले YouTube पे benchmark जरूर देखना. अपने combo के CPU GPU combo एक बार check करना YouTube के ऊपर कितना अच्छा रहेगा. Let's go, let's start the match.
It's not that I doubt their ability to, it's more I doubt that 100
ओहो भाई आधा ही कर दिया.
Fake towards the B sides. How we're going to kick this one off. Presence shown, and they've dragged 4 players to that side of the map. Lloyd is the only one towards A, and now he's
lovely fake, lovely play, lovely.
The damage trades early favor 100.
500 बंदे एक साथ आ रहे हैं भाई सिटी से.
2 of the latest flanks I've ever seen. I will say that if BBL up the pace here, they can find themselves in.
2 बंदे 2 HP हैं भाई. 2 बंदे 2 HP.
Being understandably cautious, and that delay from the Sage wall is buying so much time for Timotino if he's even needed.
भाई चौक एंगल पे पेल दी पूरी टीम.
This into
nice shot.
A closed out round and leaves just Loiter on 13 HP to
मेरे को तो शॉप वाले ने 3 साल पहले फंसाया था. i5 4 जनरेशन देता था. GT4 स्टार रे भाई. 3 साल पहले तो ये तो बहुत ये और पुराना सीन हो गया कुछ.
I do not believe in
i5 4 जनरेशन.
This is really nice work, and I think we're going to see a lot of this as the game goes on, where Kraven is going to have to be a super slow rotation, an anchor that stays even in moments where it's clear that they're going the other way. Because 100
उसने काटा है पूरा आपका स्कैम किया है.
With less utility there than what we're normally going to see.
3 साल पहले 4 जनरेशन तो लेना सबसे बड़ी बेवकूफी भाई.
They want to break back out. There's the wall, there's the slows, there's the utility from the rest.
At least 10 जनरेशन तो लेते.
Players like Timotino, probably players like
क्यों स्टन कर रहा है स्मोक में.
With a super late roll.
Nice one.
Around mid and around that
nice mid.
For this round, Cryo only has a pistol.
Bichara anti.
But everybody else has invested. They've now lost 1 Spectre.
अबे M4 कौन लेता है? M5 लो.
Stinger I missed.
M5 थोड़ा महंगा आएगा ना इसलिए.
BBL's camp.
यहाँ शॉप पे पता नहीं हो साला पागल बना देता है. प्राइस न्यू वाले का लगाते हैं. मॉनिटर 40p पे गेम 1080p पे खेलूंगा अब तो. अच्छा
multiple facets with both the sky
डाउनग्रेड में खेलते हो कोई ना.
Nice one. Spotted. It's all too easy in the end. It will be 2-0. It will be 4 players.
अबे 6 बज गए यार.
And I now want to see what they're going to do.
महंगा जरूर जाएगा बट फ्यूचर प्रूफ. और क्या. बट वही तो है कि बजट उनका अभी कम है. बजट देख के ही सामान लेना पड़ेगा यार.
But BBL, as I said, I want this to be an immediate breakback. I think that this is a map where the attack side really has been a mass struggle for them. And don't get me wrong, sure, they have the individuals that maybe on the day if they show up, they'll be able to do a lot of damage. But I think versus this competition, it actually looks even worse for them going into that second half. So I'm looking at maybe even 8+ rounds on this defense.
Samsung ODC, अच्छा है रे वो.
2-0 already. I mean, this is a poor start by that metric, but this is really where you have to see BBL take the dub. They're up against mostly SMGs. There's a bandit in play, and they've already closed the distance. Lloyd is
nice, bro. Good entry, bro. Good entry, bro. Good entry. Save karo, beta. Save karo.
On the waylay, C-site Lotus. He dove in and took the whole site by storm. The same face being worn into this beginning of split.
Save it, save it, save it, save it.
We are taking strides towards the showstopper being online, and now we are taking steps away from this site. on the defense. A save has to be called. This was a devastating blow.
100 थी
from
केवल
100 Thieves.
वॉक इन कर रही है
They
भाई
only had
और
a
कुछ नहीं कर
single
रही
rifle, and it was sent in immediately
On his own.
off rip, and he's able to get a double entry. As you said, it was what he was able to do on the waylay, but it is more damning on this map. What is looking like a potential
Odyssey G7 8G 9G सारे अच्छे हैं
flawless
मैं भाई
bonus.
बेस्ट चैलेंज दूंगा अच्छा
I almost then
आप लोग 10-15 लाख बनाओ फिर सेक्सी पीसी लेना
because
As per-
I bumped into MBS backstage. He goes
15
first
लाख
4 rounds of the last map.
हेलो महेश भाई
They
व्हाट्स अप
weren't shooting.
वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम
They take a pause, demons. Well, they need the demons now. They need
Yeah,
the
but
demons earlier.
They weren't shooting, but look at the fights that they had. The first chance they got
Odyssey
to shoot
2K
was like
165
5v3
Panamas
because
nice
of the exec from this man, from Timitino, going into sights, having paranoias just like there from Bang, having the flash from the sky as well that's covering all of this
so
space.
much utility on one side
And so, yeah, how are you supposed to shoot when you can't see the guy? And he's moving pretty damn quickly as well. So for 100 Thieves, like the start of the rounds, when BBL sit back, it's so easy for them. The executes are destroying BBL's defense, so they have to step forward. They have to play their
oh
game.
they're pushing mid they're pushing mid they're pushing mid
Now,
लाडले चीजें बनाओ तो बैठ नहीं दिख जाता
push around mid. 2 rifles gone down the bottom. The only 2 that they have, and they're watching either side.
बजट नहीं देखोगे तो फिर
Some space. And this is
You
what
have
we talked
infinity
about
money.
earlier, and it's much more relevant on this map. The
क्योंकि
tempered
उनको
aggression,
need अभी है
if you
PC
were to
की
just go, well, we haven't seen the mid, let's keep
बाद में क्या
going
करेंगे
mid. 9 times out of 10, you're losing that round, especially when there's no contact. It's a different map for that kind of shenanigans, and this dog is going to get a lot of info.
flash flash flash
Instead, it's the
already
flash to the
been
exec after that spam,
Oh,
and
bro.
LaRock is lucky to get out with his life.
Nice shot from Kreven. They're always going to be dangerous with these pistols, and to get an opener, not a bad way to start. Did they expect a second player? No,
come
they don't.
on
Good work from Rose. Weapon retrieved. Second one not going to be available.
मेरे
but
पास गोल्ड का
they
कोई
won't
नहीं
mind
है
too
एक
much.
दिन
Leaves them on level.
एक दे
He
दिया
just
तो
about
कोई
makes
दिक्कत
it
नहीं
around
है
the corner. And actually, that's
फिर
a
गेम में
problem.
आके
Now two
भूली तो
players
देनी है
linked up.
नहीं वो गेम नहीं खेल
Of course, on
रहे
their side,
हाइटिंग
no
के लिए
ability for
चाहिए
heals to come
जोवी
through.
का ले लो बेस्ट है
They are going to play this
मॉनिटर बाय
round.
नहीं कर रहे हम लोग कुछ और चल रहा है यहाँ पे वी आर नॉट बाइंग मॉनिटर्स
Comes the dog. Be able
नाइस
to follow it up, though. The Thorns have made sure of that. Still the wall in play.
Go
Teams
City,
managed
go
to slip
City.
through into heaven.
रैपट
Kraven gets another with the pistol down below. 12 seconds left, and they have got to up the pace. It's time to get that spike down on the site. Instead, it's down up top. This round's done. There is no way for Vora to win this unless they literally
ज़्यादा स्लो हो गया यार
blow the
ज़्यादा स्लो हो गए
round into his hands. And they won't. BBL with their first, and it comes off the back of an unsuspecting round, let's say.
तो ओडीसी क्या है वो बता रहे
When
थे
you
कि
watch
उनके
this
पास
team
कौन सा
play,
मॉनिटर
it
है
almost starts to beg the question, what is unsuspecting anymore? They do this so often with low buys, with pistols.
You
Both
said it
players-
last map with Kraven on the Sheriff, and he showed up.
Yeah, there he is. And he definitely had a quieter first map than I think what we're used to. Of course, they have so much talent on their roster that somebody has to be towards the bottom end of the board. But we had moments from LaRock. I think Rose had a pretty decent game. Lovers Rock.
they are going
when he had
fast
the
they are going
operator.
fast they are going fast boys
But of course, with 100 Thieves keeping those first few rounds incredibly clean, they actually have enough to buy into this
300
round and the next
G
one. Even and maybe even
सोना
the one
लेके
after that,
invest कर
depending
दो
on plant,
300 ग्राम
depending if they save any weaponry. So no respite for the side of BBL. It's looking like a little bit more direct. Now, they got caught by the crossfire over on this A site. So this time, they take the space together.
Now, Sage Wall's going to be broken. And with the Vice one standing in their way, 100 Thieves are slowed. That change
Gold
of
is no more
positioning
important.
from the utility has found them success here. But now 100 Thieves realize, well, there's no wall down below, I guess. Let's run through. First Thorns activated. HP paid.
Nice shot,
Valentino,
Bennett,
but it's
nice
a trade he's
shot.
more than willing to make. On the site now, we've got Kreven. He's a teammate close by in Lover's Rock, but he has to stand on his own 2 feet and stands tall. Does Kreven. Cryo,
अबे।
the last man standing, and he's dealt with by the wraparound.
बहुत यूटिल है साइड में
Big
बहुत
one
यूटिल है
for BBL.
300 ग्राम कितने का पड़ेगा
Solid hold,
10
also,
ग्राम
even
1.5
just
लाख
the
का आता
information they
है
had.
लगा लो इसे
While there was that pressure in, I think it was while the Sage Wall and the Vice Wall were up at the same time, 2 players push mid on BBL and make it through the sewers behind. So it made it so that you see the last kill coming in from LaRock. He's actually wrapping through at this moment. They know they can't go back. So they
Why
can
are you watching
gamble the rest of
Heaven?
the players over to that side of the map. Quick rotation from Lover's Rock, but it still took Kreven having a big round. 2 on the board. As said, though, it's not done damage just yet to the economy of 100 Thieves. They were so clean in those
महंगी
first 3
बातचीत।
rounds. Showstopper available. for Timo Tina, and he's been
$5,300
without it.
$1,000 53,000 इंडिया आने के बाद लेता है यहाँ हल्लू में तो 40% टैक्स रहेगा 59 का मतलब 100 रुपए 29 का 80 रुपए हरामी साला यहाँ पे 100 थीस थोड़ी सी स्लो हो गई भाई क्या हुआ व्हाट हैपेंड
straight up and in Flash catches him delays a bit buys some time for them to flee but stuck down below still is LaRock he is in danger Showstopper about to run out.
Shoot!
Pick a target, but he doesn't fire it, and then Rose walks through. A man who could have been dead to rights. A gamble not taken. You can't win if you don't play for 100 Thieves. A man down, it looks like another under pressure. They are swinging into Bang, and they will take him down. 5v3 now.
ज़्यादा नहीं 45 लाख only.
Not a bad pick. The rest.
उठाओ उठाओ खड़ा करो खड़ा करो.
There's going to be a reaction to try and.
Brother, you RNG brother.
How is Rose not dead? Finally, he goes down, and then Lovers Rocks on the other side with the res utilized. They still sit a man down, but they look to run back in the other direction. Steps are going to be heard by Kraven though.
Can we do it? 5v3.
Their weaponry away as they go towards this side of the map. Snakebite not going to connect, and he's now waiting for the drop down. He knows these players don't have weapons. Instead, they go at him with a shorty, and he'll just about get the.
क्या हो रहा है ये? हग रही है टीम.
Solid round from BBL. They survive versus a res. Sure, they use an ult.
100 Thieves हग रही है बैठ के पूरा का पूरा.
Well, frankly, Rose, he has some sort of protection from the divine.
Plot armor.
There was a showstopper staring at the wall right beside him.
I told you BBL ये मैच जीतेगा. हाँ.
Then he walks up.
इसलिए तो मैं मेंबरशिप नहीं ले रहा सारा यहाँ मेंबरशिप 90 160 की मिल रही है. हाँ बट तुम लोग कमा डॉलर्स में रहे हो.
Managed to kill him and get away with damage done to Asuna when he fell.
Have you ever thought you are earning in dollars, spending in rupees?
Have this kind of an update. I mentioned it in the agent select a little bit when we were coming into the map. Like,
seriously,
I like what he can do on this map.
BBL.
So far, तेरे को म्यूट मारूंगा रुक. He hasn't been hitting the way that he has regionally. So that's where kind of my eye goes elsewhere.
अगर तुम लोग पैसे में कमा रहे हो तो समझ में आता है मेरे को कि महंगा पड़ रहा है.
But he stepped up.
You are earning in dollars, भाई.
Ringing out, singing true.
रोज नाम पब्लिक को कूल लगता है लेकिन 79 बहुत बढ़िया वो पब्लिक को कूल लगता है लेकिन इधर तो कोई लोंडा कमल लोड रख दो तो हाँ भाई रोज अच्छा नाम है साला कमा रहे हो 100 खर्चा नहीं let's go boys let's go come on 3-3 9-3
Yes.
9-3
didn't buy a Sky Flash that round.
No, that's true. I think we would be reporting them if they had.
Exactly.
But yeah, one of the few disjointed rounds we've seen throughout this game. I've loved the executions, and well, here's another one. Of course, it's the Matino in
brother.
Ultimates is going to put them in a decent position, and it's 3! The setup for LaRock, but he did most of the work himself.
मुझे म्यूट मत करना आई एम सपोर्टिंग
It was night in the end. 3 players gone. 1 foul swoop.
ये 2 बार हुआ इन लोगों ने वाइस एल्ट के साथ सॉरी फेड एल्ट के साथ ब्रीच किसकी रेज की एल्ट मारी है पिछले मैप में 2 मिले थे इस मैप में 3 मिले
They dealt with one of the danger men.
come on babe you TP there he push you die शिवांशु बेगा इतना आसान होता ना मैं रोज 50 गिफ्ट कर देता अरे चिल मारो
And indeed they will in the end.
Ooh.
But it won't
We are having fun, Ran bhai.
Both the spam and the smoke was a good start and a great finish. Now the lead is there for BBL.
I know how money earned, buddy.
Map, it was 4-0 when they decided to start shooting, decided to start playing their game. Now they've gotten online a little bit early.
वो बताओ PSR क्या चल रहा है?
Good sign.
How was it?
But it's what we needed to see. Again, you set the expectation, Tom, that for this squad, we really want to see about 8 rounds on that defense.
अगर ये मैच थर्ड मैच में गया ना लग जाएंगे अपने लग जाएंगे इंडिया से हम भाई साहब अगर 100 किलोमीटर और 50 रुपए का प्याज मिल रहा तो 1 किलोमीटर में 80 का प्याज मिल रहा हो तो लोग गाड़ी से 100 किलोमीटर चलेंगे जानता हूँ मैं वन टैप ओ हक दिया
But if we're going
यहाँ
off
जो
what has
गुंडे
happened
काट लेते हैं
regionally,
जीएसटी वाले, जितनी की अपार्टमेंट
even
लिया है
those
उतना तो
specific they've
हर महीने
struggled
जीएसटी देता
to
हूँ.
close
अरे उधर महंगा है यार,
Timotino heard the
उधर
outlaw,
महंगा है.
was fired at him.
इंडिया में चलो ये तो थोड़ा बच जाते हैं इस चीज में. Don't mind भी मैं खुद को फ्री होके फ्री वाली लेके बैठा.
Siphoning him into Cryo, who's waiting in A main. You almost have a split coming
Bro,
through.
he's
In
in-
fact, the
Oh,
side
no,
strike from
bro.
Timotino almost sealed the round, but Cryo's left alone with that
यार
fight up
BBL
top.
अच्छा खेल रही है वाला मैप.
BBL handle what could have been a very
BBL
dangerous
is playing really
situation towards
really
A.
good.
Nicely. Even a couple picks would have been huge. It would have left B lighter defended, allowed this split to look a
Gee.
whole lot stronger, and instead, it's a couple
They
pistols
have the
pushing
read.
into very bad fights for them.
it really does feel like go from round 3 to this round and you flipped the coin and got the two polar opposites. A squeaky clean round earlier on in the bonus that came out from 100 Thieves, and now
BBL के हाथ
incredibly clean
जम गए इस मैप पे,
defensive side
लग रहा है.
rounds coming out.
But ये लोग
for
हगेंगे.
BBL, building up that
मैं लिख के
economy,
देता
making
हूँ.
sure that if they want an operator going
ये
forward,
खत्म
they
होगा
can definitely
5-7.
afford it, making sure that
500
there will be
Thieves,
no
BBL 7,
weaknesses in terms of
defense के
shields,
अंदर.
in terms of
Let's see.
investment into
100
rifles.
चोरी खुदाई हो रही है,
And it's
तकड़े
going to
वाली.
take some time for
तेरा जा रहा है
100
इनको.
Thieves to break that down.
ओहो
And with plays like this,
ब्रदर.
that's 5 seconds into the round and you've lost 2 players.
They even put the slow in to stop that exact play from happening. Sweet blast packs up top on the box. So aggressive. If anything, that slow tells you they know you're doing this, or they are looking here. They are waiting for this kind of play. And do you think he gave a damn? In for 2, out for 2, and BBL in the 5v3, sitting pretty. No need to overextend anymore. And like, this is where they do just sit back, let them execute in. But if 100 teams get on site, they have got a Viper's Pit to work with.
Lovers Rock, though, that Viper's
Nice shot. Nice shot, Kyle.
Vipers won that fight. Looked like he was dead to rights.
अबे यार लारो टॉप लेकर एक बैठा है, उसको पहले डाउन करना पड़ेगा. कर तो दिया.
Every fight he takes seems to go his way, and he's repositioned back.
This raise is raise, भाई.
Once again, 2 more kills for the
Good
Ace,
Cryo.
Cryo's managed to shut him down.
One more Cryo.
One player to do damage for
Go
100
B main
Thieves in this
again.
round,
Push
but
to B
can
main.
they convert that into a victory?
25 seconds left.
Do like chat.
Been a great round for Cryo so far. Some banging shots hit. But as we hit 15, they've wrapped back around to B main. There is a decent chance that Loida will swing this wide to look for information without even going for the jump peek, and they might be able to catch him. But now they seem to have the information. Crossover. Asuna at least able to find one. This plant won't get him.
Bro, he's pushing, bro, he's pushing.
He's walking out, knows the time's on his side.
आपका फेस कैम थोड़ा ऊपर कर लो ना. कहाँ करूँ फेस कैम? कहाँ? बताओ बताओ. कहाँ कर लूँ फेस कैम? बताओ.
Considering what LaRock's been able to do at the start.
थोड़ा ऊपर कहाँ पे आ रहा है?
This is the fun thing with him is he's blast packing before the slow.
रुको देखता
So he
हूँ.
knows it's coming. That's him predicting how they're going to play this. But there's more than one way. A lot of the time you see a slow and a flash, or a slow and a smoke, or a flash and a smoke. If he would be likely in front of the flash because of how far forward he is off the box. So no matter what they throw to him there, he gets a 1v1 fight. Now I don't think he's going to be able to do that again because they'll be firing him. And in fact, he won't be able to do it again because they've decided, you know what, I'm not about that life. I'm going to the other side of the map.
At least on the other side of the map, you've only got Lover's Rock to worry about.
Let's go.
You've only got all that utility from Graven.
ऊपर क्या सीलिंग देखनी है?
Already they're going to lose a man.
भाई 100 Thieves हार क्यों नहीं है?
The one who's
कैसे हो? बढ़िया भाई.
every site they've made it
Think like me, we are good buddy. Welcome to stream.
from the
What's
enemy's
up?
backlines. Even on those low buy rounds.
सारे के सारे एक एंगल मत देखो, दो एंगल देख लो प्लीज.
Numbers are their advantage.
Brother.
Got 4 stood together now, making it 3 with Rose finding 1 and
Nice. 4v3.
5v3.
5v3.
That was a bold maneuver.
One more pushing. One more pushing.
Pushing one by one.
Come on, come on. Nice one.
Oh God! It was a 5v3
one by.
ago. And 100 Thieves did
Done.
nothing to pull this back into their favor except sit and wait.
करना. दोबारा
Way to give up. Run for the hills. They've rezzed. It's a man advantage times 2 for 100 Thieves. And Lover's Rock's got to be the one to bring them into their favor. He's given them a chance.
You can do it, bro. You can play. Loita, you can do.
Probably gonna commit it.
पुलिस ने चोरों की खुदाई कर दी.
You might as well. Like, it's been a struggle to get through these rounds.
चलो ठीक है, कोई नहीं. चाहिए. राउंड चाहिए.
Be enough.
We need round.
Instead for Loiter, He's got one hell of a challenge on his hands. Both players walking up towards it. First goes his way.
Bro.
And that's the pin down. Now he has an even fight versus Arsena. A round that looked like it was thrown away, but they might just still be able to take it, waiting on the other side. And Loiter will bring it home anyway. It doesn't matter.
भाई प्लांट है तुम्हारे पास, प्लांट है तुम्हारे पास, अल्ट है, मुंह पे क्यों खेल रहा है उसके?
That they can take it anyway.
Oh, they've just wiped the fingerprints. There's no
100 Thieves
more,
player
no evidence of what
details
happened
नहीं show हो रही थी यार.
That should have been one of the easier closeouts for this squad. They were set up for success right away, and one by one they pushed, they peaked, they missed, they whiffed. This fell apart. But luckily, they had the players in
ये तीसरा मैच कराएंगे भाई, बता रहा हूँ मैं.
to close this one out. Keep that
Why you
lead
need to
going, 'cause
peak?
This was a 100 Thieves chance to make this a legitimate half, to at least have 4 on the board. But for BBL, that milestone.
कोई नहीं. It's a
is within
split map,
reach. In fact,
defensive
they can get
map.
So much better.
Yeah, they're pretty good at the defensive side.
We
although
go OT.
The way they're winning some of these rounds.
We go
I enjoy
OT.
watching the moment they clutch.
We go
Everything
OT.
they do before that.
Yeah.
A little bit annoying. Exhibit A.
We do potty.
Walking into a smoke with a shorty versus a low buy round. Cool. You know, no respect is given. It has to be earned. BBL will teach that to anybody they play against.
Player already through the wall. But
पहले खोल दिया उसने, खोल दिया.
just to clear out the utility, and now it's worked wonderfully as a bait. The showstopper gets burned up by LaRock, thinking that they were ready to execute into that B side.
TP कर लो.
Worried. Hold on, look at the position of
अरे वो देखा था भाई रशियन कपल्स. हाँ.
And Rose just walked back from main to cover it.
उसके ऊपर मैं रील डालूंगा अभी. AI से hit करके. भाग गया नहीं उन. वो रहा हाथ में.
He is behind them in the sewers. They're in vents walking out.
Brother, we got a flag.
Flank that they could dream of, and we might have seen whiffs today, but this man's not one to let these opportunities slip. 2 under his belt. They might get a rifle out of that.
We go 5-9-3.
On the clock, 3 players on B.
क्या है, मुझे डीसी पे लिंक डालो, मैं भी देखूं. ओ, बिहार से आइडिया चोरी हुआ है. 100 Thieves. अच्छा वो ऊपर वाला, रशियन वाला. Yes.
There's the marker of 8. I'll be honest, at 3-0 down, I had very little faith.
कोई बिहारी करे तो गवार, अनपढ़ जाहिल. कोई रशियन करे, अरे वाह, निब्बा निब्बी.
But ever since that moment, we have seen the step up of the individuals. We've seen Loiter popping off. We've seen
टावर पे लवर बिहार से चढ़ हुआ था. तो देखा. Okay, 8-4 तो कर लो. At least 8-4. 8-4. We won 8-4. We want 8-4.
Towards the end of the half. Nobody wants to win, or sorry, lose 9 rounds.
ऐसा बदला लिया है. Here comes the part.
He had the wall to help him close the distance quicker, but Lover's Rock closes out the kills. 2 under his belt.
ये अंग्रेज लोग चुराना छोड़ेंगे नहीं. खून में है वो. 9-3. कर्स.
A flawless from BBL. This is a 100 Thieves map pick. But this battleground belongs to BBL, at least in the first half.
Yeah, I think I'd be scratching my head as well. Like it's
9-3
crazy that you go.
भाई डेड भाई की Allah I'm doing. What's up?
I think we can watch.
9-3
go into a map that's their map choice, lose it close in OT, and I don't have to sit there and go, do you think they're going to be mentally boomed? Like they've gone 3-0 down after losing their own map choice, and then they've gone, right, should we just win 9 rounds in a row? Like, all it takes, it seems, is a small spark of like, hey, maybe we shouldn't have won that.
नंबर नहीं है मेरे पे. कम से कम जी से तो अच्छा.
Pushing angles that they shouldn't. And
अभी गेम खत्म नहीं हुआ guys. We have the game.
For 100 Thieves over the last few months, they're getting boomed by a team that ultimately has taken way more map control than they should ever be able to get.
I think we could tell from the very get-go. So first of all, Timotinho on the last map.
ये राउंड था भाई, ये राउंड था.
Timotino was taking back sight. He was diving in.
कौन लीड में? 100 Thieves 1-0. क्या स्कोर चल रहा है? 9-3. 9 BBL और 3 100 Thieves.
Some of the shots he was hitting, you saw the confidence build round on round. You saw him start to connect. It genuinely looked like he got new drivers or something. I don't know how he was able to snap so quickly. And when you see him having a day like that, you know that's not going to disappear map to map. that's going to be a problem that you have to deal with. And
100 Thieves तो पुरानी ही हो गई ना टीम ना ना अब चेंज हुआ है
as well as I will say some moments like
पुराने वाले बंदे नहीं है बस असुरा ओल्ड है और शायद से क्रायो ओल्ड है बाकी तो सब नए हैं
and instead they narrowly miss out. That first burst of the shorty decided the round. For 100 Thieves, any one of those moments going their way, and this is a much tighter scoreline. This is a much more difficult second half for BBL, but now 9-3, it kind of feels like a formality, especially if BBL take the pistol.
Yeah, for sure. I would say that a pistol round for 100 Thieves, in a normal case, I wouldn't be too worried that they could still do this on the defensive side. I think they've proven that this is an incredibly strong map for them. But it's just that
STD loadout value.
That's the thing that is always most terrifying with
okay,
BBL
9-3 boys
rosters in general.
And that's how the curse start.
Lovers Rock, and hey, let's just say at this point, every single member of their team having highlight moments time and time again. I'm now looking at you to find that same sort of resilience, find that same breakback that they have shown. Well, a pistol round, a chance to bring it back to 9-5.
BBL,
and as said, like, from what we've seen over the last 3 times BBL have played this map, they have managed maximum 2 attack side rounds. So a pistol round would genuinely get them halfway there.
Don't go into smoke, you will die.
On the walkout from Rose. He's been spotted. Spam's coming very close. He's 35 HP as he fades away
100 Thieves मारेगी मोस्टली कुछ नहीं होने वाला जिंक से.
One man down already. Lots of damage done.
गेम की वॉल्यूम ही नहीं खोल रखी इन लोगों ने.
Of course. The Sage close by, and he'll come online later.
Wow.
In fact, no, it won't. Bora's been put to bed.
ये लोरक को ना free kill मिल रहा है भाई, free kill.
They have to be desperately careful with Bang being on 9 HP.
They already got B.
Way back to group.
GG है यहाँ पे. ये वाला गेम गया. 100 Thieves का ये वाला गेम गया. Third map कौन सा? Heaven. Oh yeah.
With how far he's got. Yeah, they're going to go all the way back around the spawn. The only thing will be if Rozo plays his hand.
Nah.
But I think he's playing it perfectly.
100 Thieves is losing, bro.
Into that spawn position.
They are losing their own map, bro.
Cryo. Definitely got some doubts, but do you check to your
right? Check, bro. Right check. Right check. Right check. Mic check.
Maybe it turns,
Anti, bro.
Why would he? And Rose isn't just going to go for one. He's making sure there's nobody else. The remaining players towards the heavens, though, make things interesting. A nice shot that drops the spike. LaRock has to go back and get that, and if he could deny it, maybe that'll be enough to win the round instead. Does he know the second player is there? He does, and while falling gets the kill.
1v1, 3 bullet remaining.
Left all on to Bang, but it's LaRock again. This man does not want to lose today.
Welcome back.
Scrapping. I don't think there's a chance that LaRock's dropping the ball. You have got to be quick on the trigger, or he is taking you out.
POV से कुछ
rounding of the corner as well. A lot of damage done in that initial fight. And for BBL, that round win.
अभी just आपके tens वाला shot देख क्या मैं? ओह मतन भाई लाज को.
Should have next to no chance of going back into this one. Like winning the pistol, it's a long road ahead of you. But now double digits for BBL, a team that thrives off of momentum, and they've now won 10 rounds in a row. This is going to be one hell of a task, even just to slow these youngsters down.
I think everything is there to build momentum.
Oh, no scope.
On the right side,
no scope.
But it's completely irrelevant. A long-range shotgun being utilized.
Time for LaRock, one away.
गिर के मरने वाला वो.
Gonna get it one way or another.
11-3 boys.
And
too bad.
Towards the end of the round, squeaky clean. Only one player lost. The Marshal immediately retrieved, and as I said, it's a good map for 100 Thieves. But unless they've got one hell of a streak,
lightning fast.
And again, you saw at the end, as you said, Tom, that late round plank coming through.
1-1.
So we're one away from a showstopper coming into the next round. Now that is going to be devastating considering how on the ball LaRock has already been. You think about him having the ability to, well, look, a showstopper last half was pretty impactful, you could say. Well, I imagine it's something 100 Thieves will be fearful of.
ये मैच अगर अभी खत्म हो गया तो 10 मिनट में चालू हो जाएगा दूसरा. 7:15 तक पूरा खत्म हो जाएगा ये. जल्दी करना चाहिए. ये मैं भी मानूं से. Agree.
Everyone's got everything that they need.
Agree, so agree.
Missed shot to start with. That's not what you want to be seeing. And of course, a man who literally isn't missing right now. He might have just ended the round already. 100 Thieves have to make a decision, and that decision is made for them. They're being pushed, but they brought it back at least a little bit. Heal will be there for Bang. And honestly, although this is a plant and a man down,
इसके अलावा कोई और सा बता लो निकाल लेते हैं ये लोग. कोई नहीं, still 2v1.
There is no saving, yeah. Maybe we can win 9 in a row.
ये ले LaRock पीछे आ रहा है
Nothing
लोगों
gonna
के.
work for LaRock. He's securing the round. He's making
क्या
sure even if they
side
do
देख
cancel
रहा है?
this retake, there will be no opportunity to carry those weapons through to the next round. And the time surely already too far gone. Certainly with 2 players having
एक
access
को
to
काट
heaven
दो,
with
एक
the
को
plant
काट
being
दो,
that
एक को
open,
काट दो.
smoke goes down. It's going to be an attempt to just stick it. No, they need to stick it. Surely there. Finally, the stick's coming through, but it should be too little too late. The time already too far gone for Arsenal. They let go of it.
पहले ही हाफ करना चाहिए था.
had to.
Indeed, forced into it, and now BBL in with an opportunity to close this out in extremely dominant fashion.
Imagine यहाँ से comeback आ जाए.
Yeah, well, it turns out
एक knife हो जाए बस.
a lot of rounds in the first half. You then win the pistol in second round, and then you win the bonus. By the way, in the last 3 times they played, this will be the most attack rounds they've actually managed to achieve, and they've only played 3 of them. So yeah, I think a squad that has hit their stride at the perfect moment, 100 Thieves on their own match choice, have gone completely missing.
Let's go boys,
You know what,
12 to LOT.
A fantastic time to take a pause.
OT from here.
9 rounds down.
You always say that, you know, let the opponent hit 12,
Look,
call your pause.
I learned my lesson.
Love it.
All gamers have proved to me that even if
गया.
you're facing
क्या
against
गया?
that point,
कल सोच रहा
you
हूँ
need to
कार
win,
रेंट के
was it
लिए
7 rounds in a
कार
row?
रेंट करके घूमने जाऊँ.
Sometimes you take
ओ
a
बढ़िया
pause
है.
and you win 6. Well, maybe in this time they'll take a pause. And now
12 पास मेरी तरफ से.
the music got me a little bit.
13
I see
13.
that. You started to believe in your
Let's
own
go.
BS. I
OT.
love when that happens. It was a stun from Lovers Rock that really got them into
Lovers
that
Rock.
side. The relay bolt that hit Vora was completely caught by it, and
Let's go, OT. Sunday तड़का. वो अरे हाँ कल Sunday है.
He ran past him and said, "LaRock, didn't you need an orb, bro? Grab it." Showstopper active.
Bum,
and up
barum,
into heaven, like, it
barum,
looked so
barum, barum,
clean.
barum.
That looked like SEAL Team 6 action
Bum,
from
barum,
BBL. And this is a
barum.
team that has looked very disjointed at times because they play aggressive. They love to play aggressive, and like we said, sometimes that's their downfall. But in this situation, not so much. 12 to 3, a 9-round gap to recover for 100 Thieves. And what we said in the last one, they stole the map. This would be highway robbery if they were to get anywhere close.
समोसा खा रहे हैं? खाओ.
Gets 1 kill
मीठी चटनी के साथ.
before Lovers Rock. He has
कल किसका
double the
देखेंगे?
kills,
बता अभी thumbnail देता
second
है.
highest
वो
player in the
देखूंगा
server.
बनाता हूँ मैं.
That's
कल
all you
मैच
really need
किसका
to
है
know
वैसे?
about how this
ए
game is
ग्लोबल
going.
esports का मैच है
We
कल?
saw this yesterday that
कल
LaRock just
ग्लोबल
hit a
esports
different gear
लोअर
to
ब्रैकेट का मैच है
everybody
क्या?
else. There was a reason why even when they were the Ascension champions that teams came
जर्मनी
looking
में
to
2
see if they
समोसे
could
का प्राइस
steal this
500 रुपए.
youngster away.
क्या बेच रहे हैं वो?
He
पनीर
has the
पनीर.
potential to be one of the best players in the world. And right now you are witnessing exactly that. Even still though, Bro's going
इंडिया से RTX खेलेगी ना ना. ग्लोबल esports ग्लोबल
even
esports.
just not losing 13
दिवाज
rounds in
भाई
a row
ग्लोबल
would
esports.
probably help out the
RTX
mental
नहीं
a
है.
little bit.
ग्लोबल esports है.
They've taken that pause.
कल जी वालों को
They've got
देखने
some
में मजा आ गया था.
inspiring,
हर
hope inspiring words.
I don't think they get the music, Tom. So
Oh, you know.
it will
well,
have to be, the speech will have to be a little bit better without that backing track. Nade forcing him into the open.
Oh.
Asuna's dead. Vora ain't gonna last
Yes,
long
G
here
versus
for
all
Rock
gamers.
again. I said it, bro. I feel like we need to check his drivers. Something's been installed. He is playing
Word.exe?
in a way I've not seen in a long time. Word.exe's got the whole PowerPoint loaded in. And for 100 Thieves, look, okay, at least Timotino's here. He's holding the cross. Will he deal with
Brother.
Of course he won't! This guy is on a tear all day long. We saw it 5 rounds into the last map. He was hitting shots that we don't see all too often. And a good game.
He's
turns
hacking,
to
he's
a
hacking.
great one as BBL, they rely on the Rock. I thought the game was
He's
over.
hacking.
Of course it is.
डुलिश आए वाले बड़े क्वालिफायर में तो वैन का वगैरह खेल रहे थे. वो अलग गेम था भाई.
Decimation on map number 2. BBL battled and brawled on the
वो ENC था. Esport Nation Cup. That's a different thing. VCS से different thing. ये है EWC. इसके अंदर आती हैं और की टीमें. और मतलब जैसे SA12 हो गया, ग्लोबल esports हो गया, इनकी RTX से नहीं है, SA12 से भी नहीं है, बट SA12 से शायद BGMI और अलग गेम्स के अंदर टीमें हैं, तो वो लोग अलग खेल रहे हैं. वैलोरेंट के अंदर इंडिया से ग्लोबल esports है. आई थिंक ग्लोबल esports ही है बस. यस, इट्स अ डिफरेंट कैटेगरी. तो इस वाले में नहीं, वो अलग कैटेगरी बता थे. यहाँ समोसे का प्राइस सुनोगे तो खाने का मन नहीं करेगा. सोचो गे सजा के रख दूँ. नहीं खाना, मैं घर बना लूँगा.
is Dagon.
I bring maida, I bring like aloo and potato and mash with it and make it
is always
easy peasy.
great call so far in
भेज
the
दीजिएगा ना
1-1
मैं
as
बता दूं.
BBL come storming back in emphatic fashion. There is not a single doubt that they belong, and whoever wins this qualifier match in the
1-1
playoffs
boys.
is a force to be reckoned with. Welcome back here, Dagon alongside Bea, and of course, big time. I'm sorry, I went with Bea instead of.
You can call me Bea. It is indeed my name, Daniel.
Oh, that's true. That's also my name, and that's Morgan. By the
This
way.
is
Team
Morgan.
professional,
You might
guys.
know
My
him as
goodness.
Tyler as well.
He also could be Tyler.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, true.
BBL came and did not care whose name was on the other side. LaRock popped off here.
I mean, they got LaRocked. It's that simple.
भाई गंदा मारा उसने.
Insane performance from him. Absolutely unbelievable. He ends 29-8 in a 13-3.
मैंने मैच के पहले बोला था BBL winning.
Phenomenal. You don't see numbers like that. For them to do it on a 100 Thieves map choice as well. Coming into this, we said, this is going to be tough for them. Wow, it's going to be a difficult mountain to climb. 100 Thieves been so good. BBL went so bad here. But it doesn't even matter when they play like this.
They didn't stand a chance, did they?
Oh,
I
it
think
wasn't
that first half, how easy things were being for Lovers Rock with the
15 का नेट डोनर अप्रोक्स 1000 रुपए. ये तो महंगा है बहुत ज्यादा. इतने में तो हमारे यहाँ पे 1 महीने का राशन आता है.
Use one for like the first choke.
अच्छा इनका गेम खत्म हो गया. अरे वाह, ये लोग खत्म कर दिए. 1000 कितने? एक या दो समोसे, एक समोसा. बट मैं अभी बोलूंगा आपको कि अभी आप उस चीज के बारे में सोचो. लाइक आप वहां पे हो, आप उस तरीके से ही सोचो कि यू आर अर्निंग इस इन दैट थिंग एंड यू आर स्पेंडिंग इन दैट थिंग. बिकॉज अगर हर चीज को आप कन्वर्ट करोगे ना उस चीज में, फिर आप थोड़ा सा वही रहोगे हर बार कि यार नहीं खाता हूँ, रहने देता हूँ, छोड़ देता हूँ. नहीं छोड़ो, ट्रस्ट में. अगर डॉलर में कमा रहे हो, खर्च करो डॉलर में यार. ओ अभी तक चल रही हो कि नहीं? दूसरी स्ट्रीम में ए भाई चला गया यार बाहर. न्यू बर्ड सेम टेलोन फ्रॉस्ट जॉइन फुल सेंस. लेट्स गो. अभी 100 Thieves BBL इनका, बाकी तो ये लोंडे लगे पड़े हैं समोसे की. इतने में तो पूरा पड़ोस वालों की ही पार्टी कर दूं समोसे की.
We have to ban other players from picking Sage because I don't think we're going to get to.
AWC Stenark. अच्छा इनके तो है सेकंड चांस.
Up this server.
जल्दी चालू
so
करो.
hard when there's an absolute Goliath on the
Goliath.
other side. It just feels like you can't
मैं तो
play.
कुछ नहीं सोचता.
Feels so
चिल्ला यहाँ पे
restricted.
बस
Even
मजे
when
करो.
they're in these good situations,
कल
there's
घूम के वो बढ़े जाए कहीं पे.
BBL always found a way to swing it in
फोटो
their
वोटो लेके आना.
insulted. Like at that point, it's like LaRock had plot armor, had triple plot armor in so many of those situations. The margin is so tiny, so it's like
कल है ग्लोबल esports एंड ऑल गेमर्स. चाइना की टीम.
turning around the
I think global esports जीत जाएगी कल.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, 21.
कल global esports जीत जाएगी.
In the 29 and 8
Because
there for
lower game है.
More than years, yeah.
They will win.
kind of
Years old he is.
yeah, again, right? It just shows how good
All gamers में कोई बंदा नहीं है खेलने वाला.
Thieves on the opposite side.
चाइना के 4 बंदे, बाकी तो नॉर्मल है.
I think
फोटो लेने वाली नहीं है. फोटो कैसे लूंगा? ऐसे सेल्फी. मोबाइल कहाँ है मेरा?
They were the ones that did not opt for that double duelist.
Where the
that BBL did, and you're thinking, okay, you know, we should be fine with it. Okay, we lose some.
Where is my
rounds, we got
mobile?
3 at the start. Maybe once we're on
Oh, वहाँ पड़ा
defense,
है.
never got it going. Never got it going. Those
वापस
13
jinx.
in a row will be a nice feather in the
नहीं कल जीत जाएगी यार, कल जीत जाएगी.
as they
ट्रस्ट
head
भी.
on over to map number 3.
ऐसे फोटो लेना.
Coming up next, winner qualifies the playoffs here for EWC 2026. Don't go anywhere. We'll have that.
हाँ वो भी सही भी है. उधर का समोसा यहाँ के समोसे क्वालिटी में जमीन आसमान का. अबे हीरे थोड़ी डाल रहे हैं समोसे में, है तो आलू ही. खत्म करो जल्दी जल्दी खत्म करो. मैच चालू करो. वेलो खेल रहा हूँ. होप कुछ अच्छा हो जाए आज. यू रियली थिंक? ओके चलो, क्या अच्छा होगा? यू विल डू 50 फ्रैग्स. यू विल डू 50 फ्रैग्स and you will lost. The good thing happened to you, but the bad thing also.
Yep. Fantastic. Let's get the first one done.
how would you react if I told you you've got to be up tomorrow at 5 a.m.?
Okay, wait. Let me think.
कुछ भी चलेगा.
And now look at each other's.
कल भी यही बोला तूने.
I was thinking maybe I should choose this one.
These are the two perfect answers for it.
Yeah.
You get to the venue. You're ready to start scrims. But hold on. One of the other players is missing. They overslept.
Enter Mahina, a period product that isn't made for mess or drama. Built-in absorption that needs no effort and protection that lasts 12 hours non-stop. Now she's smiling more and she's
आधे घंटे में आ रहा है.
that bad subscription because period care and protection. Now that's Mahina period underwear.
क्या रैंडम ऐड है? क्या रैंडम ऐड है ये? मिला बात नहीं तो उसको समोसा में तो ऑयल भी गुड है तो 1 साल से ऊपर यूज कर रहे हैं रोज वाले. अबे क्या ऐड है ये? तो कच्चे पैर रहे हैं हम. महीना भाई, महीना पैरो, महीना आते ही क्या देख लिया. स्टेपन भाई, वी ऑल्सो शॉक्ड बडी, वी नेवर थॉट कि ये कुछ आने वाला स्क्रीन के ऊपर. ट्विच इज रैंडम बडी, ट्विच इज रैंडम. आई डोंट नो व्हाट हैपेंड. Welcome. Bruh.
I feel like I always get shot on by that molly.
लोंडो की स्ट्रीम के लिए ऐड दे.
I don't think his molly's good. I think his molly's insane. I feel like his molly could be like a different ability. It could be like an insta pop maybe, or like a grab net. Fuck, make it grab.
She's a good streamer. She play PUBG. She's good. जी बाहर नहीं, अभी उसमें एलिमिनेशन में. कल डू और डाई मैच है. जीत गए तो रहेंगे साइड गेम के अंदर, हार गए तो घर पे. स्ट्रीम पे आते ही अड़ाया था. नेडिंग. भर लो. आई लव द गेम प्ले. ये किक के ऊपर भी स्ट्रीम कर रही है, वाईटी के ऊपर भी स्ट्रीम कर रही है, ट्विच के ऊपर भी स्ट्रीम कर रही है. डानू डी इज स्ट्रीमिंग ऑन 3 डिफरेंट प्लेटफॉर्म. ट्विच, किक, वाईटी. आई कैन डू दैट टू, बट वी आर स्ट्रीमिंग किक एंड ट्विच. दैट्स इट. जी वालों के लिए था हक देते.
Oh, that's not even you behind me.
एंटी.
Sorry, it's my bad. I pushed like a doofus.
मैं भी लगाता हूँ, रुको. किक के लिए तो मैं भी लगाता हूँ व्यूअर वाला.
Right on the edge.
Right on the edge.
I'm literally 301. Bye.
Right on the edge.
On the road,
Where's my kick?
Put the fucking name in the rafters again.
Dashboard of Streamlab.
No.
Of
Oh, my game crashed. No, I lied. Alright.
आजा मैं हवाओं से मिला के ले चलूं, तू ही तो मेरी दोस्त है. मल्टी स्ट्रीम से लोड नहीं आता ना. 1080p के ऊपर स्ट्रीम चल रही है तो लोड तो नहीं है. बट मेरी सेटिंग्स कुछ, मतलब मेरे पास एलगाटो कैप्चर कार्ड है तो मेरे को उतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अभी मेरा GPU 50% यूज हो रहा है स्ट्रीमिंग के लिए, तो दैट्स नॉर्मल. मैं अभी उसके ऊपर एक और स्ट्रीम कर सकता हूँ जो अराउंड 20% लेगी, तो 70% आई एम स्टिल अंडर द लोड. कोई टेंशन वाली बात नहीं है. La, come on, Kadaterio on Friday nights. It won't be long. Cloudbot on कर दो. Off होगा probably. Enable. Yes. And we need a
Like all the vandals they have. Jesus.
alert box. नहीं, widget. We need to go to कल करेंगे.
Yes, bro.
that Lotus, think about the way that you were controlling the map.
Let's go. Game chalu.
Map as well. You need to treat it the same way. But the question is, are the tools going to be the same? What are you going to be facing up against?
Yeah, I mean, for me, for 100 Thieves, I really want to see Cryo run this chamber, man. He's been so good at this agent for a long time. A real signature for him, and bringing it out on Haven is a real nice fit.
And something that worked very, very well against RRQ, who, by the way, is already on their way home.
Yep.
Was the Phoenix with Asuna, and he should be playing, you know, if they keep going with that composition that they were playing throughout the qualifiers. Asuna would also be on that Phoenix. Still, to me, the bigger question stands. Are BBL just going to run what they were running in the qualifier that was Jet Phoenix with LaRock playing the Phoenix and just run it like that?
Yeah, there we go.
It looks like it is.
Got it coming in. This is much better. I'm happy to see LaRock on a Phoenix and not a breach. I would have punched the monitor. But over on the side of 100 Thieves, still waiting for the final picks to come in
No, Cryo,
here.
come on. But I understand that you kind of think of this team and you think of a stopping power, seriously, any stopping power, maybe a way to gather that information. 3 out of 3 maps. BBL starting on the defense, and it's been looking so good for them. Definitely the favorite side for them. So
What you guys talking about?
Yeah, I mean, look, I understand if they want to swap Cryo to this Cypher, it makes sense. It's good against that Neon and the Phoenix. No verticality there, and it's also good for helping to contain and get information on those defender side pushes that BBL are so known for. But it does mean you're losing out on that firepower. His chamber is electric, and I can't help but feel like 100 Thieves need a hero to get that momentum for them after a disappointing map 2.
I mean, all that I'm looking for here is the middle brawls. That's what I want to see round after round to see who comes out on top.
Tag post चल रहा है क्या?
In terms of composition, Asuna moving away, played that Sage on the last map, specific to split. Now back onto the Phoenix. He and the rest of 100 Thieves try to continue their successful ways against BBL, who have been on fire. So easy on the eyes to watch with their gameplay. Let's see how they do it with 3 different sites to attacks on Haven. For the call on our final map here, let's send it back on over to Tom and Mitch.
Easy on the eyes, Tom. Funny, that's how I describe Degon, but it's time to get into this matchup. Map number 3, after a dominant bounce back from BBL with the backbreaker on split, now there's an opportunity for this to be the saving grace of this series after a shaky start on their first map where BBL, they were 4-0, bounced back, and it was resurgence after resurgence only for it to end in 100 Thieves' hands in overtime. But after a dominant map win, the question now that you said you never ask of BBL, can they bounce back from a loss like that? We now ask of 100 Thieves. That was their choice, and they lost 13 rounds in a row.
BBL.
Yeah, I think
BBL gonna win.
What we will have seen in the break is not going to
BBL winning 13-5. Trust me.
coming into this map, or like the
BBL winning 13-5.
overall, or what you could do to beat BBL. It's mostly going to be about making sure that the team are reset and ready and raring to go, because to go 3-0 up and lose 13-3, that's not an easy way to bounce back. A lot of
Good trade, good trade, good trade.
The first pick did go the way of 100 Thieves, but look at the HP. It's going to be at least Arsenal are able to heal himself up a little bit, but they're walking into an aggressive position from Kreven. Feel like he needs maybe slightly more than one, but he's played it so well. He's walked past. He looks the player a little bit deeper. The next one should be for free, though. Now the smokes are gone. Players already.
तू जो बोलता है उसका उल्टा होता है सुपर हेड. कौन जीता है हट लगा. BBL will win 13-5. Trust me.
I couldn't believe when I saw him stood on the edge of the ledge. I thought there's no way.
100 Thieves के पास मोमेंटम नहीं है. BBL के पास मोमेंटम है लास्ट गेम से. वो पेल रहे हैं भाई.
His opponent turned away. Look, Asuna, the literal second that player emerges from the smoke, Asuna has just turned to look at the spawn.
Don't trust him.
Rose gets a double for free. 3.
You will see, you will see. Never G वाले मैच में देख लिया. कल देखा मैंने. हाँ. तुम्हारा पैटमैन शॉट नहीं मार रहा, मेरी गलती है उसमें.
You think about that last map. For 100 Thieves, this probably isn't where they have that road to recovery well paved.
ये देखो.
Coming in with just pistols.
Look at this boys, look at this.
And even two kills is now getting. Oh, this is getting spooky.
They've made it interesting, that's for sure. Lovers Rock's position has gone completely under the radar. And, well, eventually, he is going to be dealt with. An incredibly costly round, but now it even gets to a point of an opportunity
मेरे आसपास ने तो मारा। अच्छा पैडमैन मेरा था। चलो 13-4 13-4 goes for BBL boys.
Sometimes you bump into them, maybe on your way to the bathroom.
And 100 Thieves going to lower bracket.
Running as he does in game as well. Was love
Neon की लवर छोड़ो।
How was that watching the best player in the world?
हमेशा असुरा ये करता रहता है। असुरा के हाथ ठंडे हैं।
And my response was, are you sure he's not cheating?
ग्लोबल ई-स्पोर्ट डिस्क्वालीफाई हो गई है या अभी और नहीं? एक मैच बाकी है अभी लोअर ब्रैकेट में।
29 kills.
They are in lower bracket.
He's had to do anything yet.
Bro, इतना आगे थोड़ी को जाता है।
That was the hero op.
That's the op in this buy. I just don't know what I'm watching.
अभी है ग्लोबल ई-स्पोर्ट।
They go from being such a well-oiled machine, 13 rounds in a row with, yes, some shakier performances, but a lot of aggression that was tempered on Split. We talked about how different Split and Lotus aggression is because there's less space, there's less avenues, and this time he shift walks through a smoke.
कोच को बाहर निकाल दिया हुतिया से।
Yeah, listen, Rose is pissed right now. Decent damage, all things considered. Wow,
it's winnable, it's winnable.
Lloyd has LaRock got his hand on his mouse.
It's winnable.
HP, a chance to make this
it's winnable.
3 kills already. A
He didn't see him.
It's winnable.
Oh. Bang! Flying under
नाम
the
के
radar
लिए
around the
अभी
backside. It
जो
works out,
नाम
but that is way
के लिए
closer
अभी है
than it
बस
should
हाँ।
have been. The good thing is, finally, the streak of 15 has come to an end.
Oh yeah, that's the silver lining. I'm pretty sure they inted the beginning of the round and then just basically were like, okay, now give Loiter a chance to try and clutch that one out.
because, मैं 100 Thieves is
it just got wrecked in the initial
not in the
phase,
moment,
and this
buddy.
guy, it's like he toggled, just starts wall banging players with a sheriff, like the individual aim. But yeah, I genuinely, it does feel like it's important. If they had lost that round, I would have basically just called this series done. Instead, there's some vulnerabilities on the other side, but they actually don't need the operator in this round because of the fact that so many players
ये लोग इसको पुश कर सकते हैं भाई डैश वैश मार के। Oh, दो बंदे बैकस्टैप, दो बंदे बैकस्टैप।
Times for 100 Thieves. Now BBL are the ones slipping behind enemy lines with 3 players. A very fast rotation into that back lines, but run it back. It's unavoidable.
क्यों साइड में खेल रहा है? क्यों साइड में खेल रहा है?
In an awkward position. The first man past the trap, good kill. Cryo falling means the trap now.
Oh, Lolita.
Coming his way, 2 already found. Bang. He was about to take that fight on shore, but realizes he has to group with his team, but they have no safe haven to fight from. Down below in hell, they've got trouble for Timotino. He's able to at least get one.
2v3, 2v3, 2v3.
How he's still getting out with more.
Oh!
That's a huge round from Timotino, right when they needed him most. Pressure from all sides, but he fights back on every front.
Yeah, he's jumping up, celebrating as well. He's getting loud.
He should be for that round.
I think they need to. That's
good round, good round. Genuinely a good round.
Away from them, the fact that again, Loiter, he actually catches Asuna as he is coming back from his ultimate, and it looked like that round was about to crumble away up until Timotino clutches it out,
boring
brings
games,
it home, and levels them up 2-2.
Just बचा.
No crazy streak of rounds for BBL in this scenario.
Observer पता नहीं क्या दिखा रहे हैं वो समझ नहीं आया मेरे को.
But you always have to be careful versus those pistols. We saw it. The way they started that streak was with the pistols. Rose isn't shying away from the fight, but Cryo puts him down.
Good push, good. भाई इनका एमर यार टैंक एम तो है भाई, पैसे लेते हैं EU वालों और इनका एपेक वालों का एम बहुत सही है.
Considering they're spreading out like this, playing the default, it's not somewhere I'm anticipating a lot of impact. Interestingly though, the cage up close with a trap down below, they're never going to see that coming, but it doesn't get the reveal off in time, so no punish. And
पेल इसको पेल स्मोक के अंदर पेल इसको पहले
W.
मुझे दवाई का एम खतरनाक लगता है. अरे ओजी आदमी दिन भर खेलना है, वाइल हो गए, काम है, पैसा मिलता है इसमें तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि they aren't from this. उनको पैसे मिलते हैं इस गेम से. आप वैलोरेंट खेलते हो? अरे आर्क भाई की हाल है साला. ही इज मेड फॉर क्लचेस. सोवा का मेडल अच्छा है ना? हाँ. जोड़
going
बैठा
down to the spike or anything like that. So in terms of actually getting
वंटा
damage,
फेंका है
it will be
खाया
difficult. That's a good start.
खाया
No one else one shot though. Unless it's a headshot, of course.
Now waiting to
लवर्स बैक भाई थोड़ा गन ले लेते यार एक
die to the spike, but you know that 100 Thieves want those orbs. Arsenal in particular.
दवाई का आईजीएल तो दवाई तो आईजीएल पे और इसका
He is going to get that extra orb towards the Phoenix ult.
उसमें सारी आईजीएल है मोस्टली
Looking like already they're back. 3 rounds in a row. Seeming a lot more comfortable on Haven. And again, another map where we have seen some struggles for the side of BBL. I would say that going into this map, it is intriguing that both Split and Haven were in there. They've already proved us in one avenue that Split, clearly they put some work in. And also if The Rock, I think, hits the highest ACS of the tournament so far, which is actually pretty close, because I think
और कर से कैसा है तुम्हारे भी बच्चे से बढ़िया ना दवाई जाजली करता
Oh, nice early aggression from the defensive side. This is what we were waiting to see in previous
rounds.
And now a full-on blitz of mid has left 100 Thieves scratching their heads. They looked a little bit overwhelmed by what just came their way. And you'd think after 2 maps of facing BBL, you get used to it.
It's crazy that you can win 3 rounds in a row and then lose a round in 10 seconds. That is what it's like playing against BBL. They use a Hunter's Fury and then they just run at them. And even though they lose the opening pick, I don't even think there was a split second in any of the players' minds like, should I fall back? No, it's like we have committed to whatever the players. I think it makes Rose's job as an IGL.
They're doing same, they're doing same, they're doing same. They're pushing again, they're pushing again.
Sometimes his players just decide to swing everyone, but in a round where you plan to push, everybody is on the same page. Early fake being sold.
Oh, let's go. Best of luck, Kark bhai, best of luck.
But with the trips not being hit, that Ruse, well, it is going to give them Rose. Rose goes looking, and there was a rotation coming back from other players. In fact, the question will be, will Lovers Rock be there in time?
Nice molly, good.
Ball crucial time and in a post plant with a Hunter's Fury online, and a Sova sitting towards long with his back protected as well. This becomes a very difficult round for BBL. Dealing with the first players on site will be one thing.
पेपर साल दवाई की बात अभी नहीं मानते गुस्सा होता है तो एलेक्स भाई सुना वही भाई
Rock does not need too many chances to walk away with the kills. Now the trap down already.
Nice सुना
Flank will be a concern, but everyone's coming straight from the spawn.
2v3
Rock now on the flank around. Timotino had no idea there was a
How the fuck is 2v?
They've managed to section this down to just one. The Hunter's Fury practically useless at this point. Caught in the corner, he's brought into a but that flash saved the day.
Next year अन्य server से खेलूँगा. Oh yeah.
Just enough time here to take this one across the line. It will be 4-3 in favor of BBL.
भाई अच्छा retake था, अच्छा retake था.
Real nice try from Vor in that late round scenario, right? Using the Hunter's Fury there would have almost definitely been his demise, being stuck in the corner, and he would have basically needed to kill both of them with it within a second, but especially considering how this started, like the swing back.
ये toxic game है, जीते से खेलेंगे next.
Gave them that additional little bit of space.
ले लिया मैंने जीते से, buy कर लिया.
Well in this round, but
आते खेलते.
Again, it's the response.
एक हफ्ते पहले downloading पे लगा दूँगा. 200 GB.
By BBL, lead extended, the 3-round gap or blip. Look at what's left in the hands of the attacking side, and the thing is, Lovers Rock knows it. His sniper is in hand for that exact reason.
Stream पे खेलना. हाँ stream पे खेलेंगे.
There is a
तभी तो लिया है.
Is the drone? That could be a problem.
Looks
Bro.
like they're gonna
nice molly, nice molly, nice molly. और यहाँ से 100 Thieves का momentum गया and they are losing.
So reliable in those fights.
Hello शिव भाई, कौन सी game? GTH है.
A good chance in Garage, but the setup, the cage immediately activated. Well, the flash catching Krevin, but that's neither here nor there. This is pretty much sealed the deal of the round. They've connected a W
चुटकी भैया, चुटकी.
Oh. Look at that. He could
bro.
The thing is as well, I was looking at that from Lovers Rock perspective.
खेलना देखने में आएगा. अभी तो time है कर. People जीवन के मजे ले लो. पहले जीवन के.
So left him with no
BC stream भी देख, साला ईथन नियोन खेल रहा है, साला वो IGL है उनका. सारी stream देख लूँ मैं.
Some more rounds going the other way. It's
यहाँ
time
time
for
out आ
100
गया.
Thieves to take a timeout. I think they've already witnessed how quickly the game can get out of control. It really does feel that sometimes, like, you want to have those pauses called just to try and break the momentum of BBL. They start getting cocky, confident, taking
Jang bang, what Jang bang?
that they definitely shouldn't be able to get consistently. But then I also feel that there's the other side of the coin, that the second you take the pause, BBL go, we got him. We are in their heads at this stage. We know that they are feeling the pressure. And if anything, I almost feel like the next round's going to be even more aggressive.
Well, it just...
किस चीज की planning? बच्चे की.
Every time, on every map. The aggressive plays, sometimes it's a little bit too much for BBL, but it is feast or famine for these guys, and often the table is plentifully filled. At this point, there's no reason to change it up. And look at the minimap. 4 players towards the C site at the start of the round. Now, you will not see this very often.
कुछ खबरें की बोल रहा है तो मन नहीं है.
What we can see is that 100 Thieves have 2 players outside the C site, one of which has the spike.
They have the read, they have the read.
Are pacey on this. They could already set themselves up for success in the round. In fact,
they have the read.
They're waiting for a signal to send.
They have the read.
That's the player's gone and the spike down, but the trap from Bang is sprung. The TP was stuck into the
Bang, 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 bang.
Was paying attention. He's flown under the radar. He's emerged from the shadows and become a nightmare for BBL as he's found 3 already. That means that Lloyd is completely isolated, trapped on long. Yes, he has the spike, but
रीड अच्छी दी वे बट हक दिया लास्ट में.
Looking to take a bite out of him. Lloyd down. This round has crumbled. It looked like they had the right read, the right play. But in the end, their own trap sprung on them. Unless Kraven can make this work, he needs to get out of here alive. And okay, a 1v2.
Managed to deny the plant for the moment. But it will go down for Bang.
हैक ऑन कर रहा है टाइम आउट.
That TP stuck was a gamble, but it was a gamble that saved them from certain demise.
बट बैंग भाई ने जो खेला ना प्ले बनाया जो टीपी का मस्त.
All on the other side of the map, nothing to play with, and they will peek him together to make sure that that didn't go any further. A nice attempt, but it is 100 Thieves, and more importantly, Bang, that takes them home around.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of the pacing of 100 Thieves. A lot of the time, the utility from Bang has been absolutely perfect. But this was something else entirely. Just so pigeonholed in one position.
कल सुबह क्या खेलने प्लान है बॉय? संडे है खेलें? रालो एंटी खेलेंगे और क्या? हम तो आज भी खेल रहे थे 5 मैच. देसी पूरा बढ़ना फाइनेंशियली कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं कर पाएंगे. फिर पूरा टाइम उसकी गेम साफ करते रहो. बड़ा ओके नशेड़ी ये चूतिया निकला तो ये गारंटी. बात तो सही है. आर्क भाई बात तो सही है.
Kraven might be tagged a little bit, trading out the run it backs, but they will indeed keep Asuna away from the big punish. And Kraven still hasn't been detected.
भाई check करो यार, angle check करो.
Snake in the grass, striking. This time the Venom sinks deep, but they respond.
Shot.
They respond convincingly.
Yeah, I think Timotino is actually quick enough to get his teammate while he's hiding in that corner. And then the Molotov just forces an awkward fight for Kraven. Looking like a much tighter map than what we saw in the last. The back and forth, leaving us level once again, and the trade-outs of those run-it-backs mean that there's not going to be a massive amount to play with going into the next round. I was very worried that for 100 Thieves, this might just be the mental break, but instead, after that back and forth continues, going to be a pause now taken for BBL. Of course, both teams desperate to go into that second half with the advantage, not wanting the pistol to potentially be a defining factor in this map. And for BBL, after having a good streak of rounds, you can understand why, after a couple of blips, their coach wants to get involved.
Well, yeah, I think especially that one. Like I said, it's one of those moments where your attention is elsewhere.
एक माउस कीबोर्ड मंगवाना है भाई के लिए. इंडिया से? Joanna, did man give to you something? No. क्या मिला?
Pushing down to take the space, and you miss a small detail. In moments like this, that can cost you a map, and it can cost you a series. And in a game as close as this,
this should do.
Very well might. Maybe I'll take that timeout with 2 rounds left to play for in this half. For 100 Thieves. Certainly coming in better armed But in terms of ultimates,
Technical
miles
pose.
away from the important ones. I think there's a good chance we don't even get to see Asuna's run it back online by the time the half ends. But the same can be said for Larocque. Them both burning those up in the last round has taken them out of the equation. And a crucial
क्रियो कोई
swing
मंगवाना है
part
बोल
of
रहा है
that.
उसे गेमिंग
I
करनी
do
है
think though if I remove the ultimates, we still see that aggression from BBL.
बेसिक चाहिए तो वो ले लो चिमेरा और स्वॉर्म 65 दोनों चीज आपकी 5000 के अंडर हो जाएगी
Was that from the shadows? If Bang even just gets one there, the round's over.
Yeah.
1700 का माउस और 3000 के आसपास कीबोर्ड
The next round, a little bit more
अगर कीबोर्ड क्रियो नहीं लेना तो रेड ड्रैगन ले सकते हो 2000 में जाएगा
there was a lot of chaos. There was players missed in corners. There was bits that you could look at as mistakes, but then you go, okay, 100 Thieves come out of it alive. And I think that was where you look back to the last map where the second chaos ensued. That was where it seemed like BBL just ran away with it. So the fact they're able to weather the storm a little bit more in this map at least fills me with some confidence. I think that TP is a great example of it. That is Bang adapting to the chaos that has been this BBL side.
भाई ये टेक्निकल पोज क्यों ले लिया अब 20 घंटे के लिए
put on the back foot a little bit here.
कल का मैच वेरी करे यार कल ग्लोबल ई-स्पोर्ट्स का मैच है चेक करना
पड़ेगा and decimate us. And also Larocque, for his standards, is now having a quieter map. The last one he was untouchable, unstoppable, and now I think he's being matched.
Well, indeed, for 100 Thieves.
एक कॉम्बो दिख रहा है क्रियो का मैं ले लूंगा लेट्स गो
It was definitely a blow.
लिंक से मत जाना कोड यूज कर लेना बिकॉज़ आजकल वो लिंक से मतलब काम नहीं कर रहा बट कोड से काम कर जाएगा दो और टेक पोज भाई
With it being their map pick previously as well, it's rare to see the blowout like that.
ओह
Oh, look at that.
गर्लफ्रेंड को भेजा रहा बड़वा साला
So they're half back home. Well,
गर्लफ्रेंड को बोल रहा है हाय बोल रहा है
it's been an interesting series so far. I think the one thing though for me looking at BBL is the aggression, is how it gets tempered over time. Because this is a young roster. And you can get away with this. We've seen it in the old days with like your G2 roster back in 2021 where they used to play an insanely aggressive style. They played loose with much less structure than they have nowadays.
उसकी GF
But nobody punished them.
तेरी क्यों चल रही है GF को बोल रहा तो
Take fights they shouldn't.
हाँ ये गुल्लू गुल्लू करना है गेम खेलना है बदतमीजी की बात होती है भाई
I said one day people will figure this out. One day teams will just have the fundamentals, the structure there to then make the adaptations to punish every mistake you're making. And when that day comes, you'll fade into irrelevance.
अगर ये टेक पोस्ट 3 मिनट में खत्म नहीं हुआ ना मैं चला मेरे पे काम है जल तो मेरी भी रही है 7 बजे तक अगर ये खत्म नहीं हुआ मैं चला
But Turkey themselves had to adapt. They
भाई
used to
साहब
be that. They used to be your not even G2 clone. They were a more aggressive version of that old G2 roster. They played so aggressive in every single fight. It was a 5v1. They'll push you one by one because every single player on that roster believes that not only can he beat you, that he will beat you 9 out of 10 times. If not, I think they believe 10 out of 10 times. And then they go, oh, I guess it was something like that. The mouse let me down. So for BBL, yeah, it works for now.
बताओ
But if 100 Thieves can crack that code here today, and it's going to be one day, someone's going to figure it out. Someone's going to have that response, and we'll need to see that extra layer too. Oh, that one doesn't want to play.
I like that. I like the fact that Larocque is trying to play with anybody that he can. He's clearly not feeling the pressure whatsoever. Oh, he's now playing with Mitch. Oh.
ये तो वो खेल रहे हैं रॉक पेपर सीजर
He got me.
You've taken.
Damn it!
Taken a massive L.
वो सब केस के बारे में
I was slaying people with it.
कौन सा केस
I did my scissors rock method. It always works.
Against the best
I shouldn't
in the
say
world.
that now. People know.
कौन सा वाला पहाड़ों वाला वो तो पता है
Yes, and that's it. He's proven it there in the States.
You need to train.
He's got the dub already.
मुझे तो लग रहा है कि पैटमैन न्यून खेलेगा एंट्री करेगा
Rock paper scissors as well, but
कृष्णा भाई बोल रहे हैं रोडोगोस्ट नहीं सेंसिटिव है तो ना बताना अगर ऑलरेडी नोन है तो फिर कोई दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं
And I am looking forward to the conclusion because, of course, it is the talk of the town of
Tech pause,
who's
हाँ,
going to be
tech pause.
making into that
किसी के पीसी में आग लगी है
stage first. Of course,
किसी के पीसी में आग लगी है भाई
now at this point we know that it's going to be a EDG on that bounce back after defeating
पहाड़ के बाद भी आया कुछ ना
RRQ in the elimination game earlier on over on the B stream. So ultimately, that this team
Start.
One of them goes through, gets to go straight into the playoffs. The other has to go back and play EDG, which
एंट्री करके लर्क से एंट्री करके लर्क कर देंगे साइड में और
For
सबको
100
मरवा
Thieves, you come up against EDG there. You know, I believe they've got a chance for sure. Could be definitely be a fun.
7
game to
बज गए
watch.
जीजी गाइस चलो सी या चालू
Facing
ड्यू
EDG in the lower bracket. That's not somewhere I want to be. And then for BBL
Oh, yeah.
facing EDG in the lower bracket.
चलो
you
सी
know,
यू कल
rematch.
मिलते हैं मॉर्निंग में
That's definitely
इनका
not
टैग
putting
पोस्ट चलेगा
a nice
घंटा
taste in my mouth. I don't think anyone wants to be
गुड
down
नाइट
there,
गुड
and I
नाइट
think
गुड
for
नाइट
most
गुड
people,
नाइट अनादि भाई अरान भाई केयरलेस भाई
EDG
कृष्णा
should be
भाई
running through that upper bracket
सी यू
run.
गाइस सी यू टुमारो सी यू
So for
टुमारो
100 Thieves for BBL, this matchup, yeah, we've got a second chance, but that second chance is a chance to
See you
outswing
tomorrow.
the shark.
आप लोग देखिए
It looks
हमें
like
थोड़ा
we're getting
काम
fist
है
bumps down on the stage, folks. We
Bye
might
bye,
be ready
bye bye,
to
bye bye.
roll pretty soon. And indeed, we are.